Well, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
Trying to blow my ears out?
Yeah, no, Lee just told me, he said, you talk long enough so I can get these headphones adjusted. So anyway, we're again dealing with another attack on the very core of this nation on this special day of the year. Welcome to Live and Local Real Talk. I'm Rayford Brown.
Hey, good morning. It's Happy Monday and it's Memorial Day.
Yep.
Time to remember those that were lost while fighting for our nation. And I'm Lee Barrows.
Yes. And
Your
we have
turn.
over this corner and this corner
And
on
in this
my
corner.
extreme left.
The sexiest man in Oslo
Oh my
County.
God.
The donkey man himself is in the house. A lot of snow.
Do we have a second opinion?
Yeah, there's the thirds, fourths, and fifths out there if you talk to people. But, some people will agree because, I say it. I look good in the dark, so it don't matter. So, yeah, that's why I'm so sexy.
Oh my gosh.
Except on a full moon.
On a full moon, it's not too good.
Yeah. We'll get into the security breach attempt at the White House and get a perspective from a retired Secret Service agent. Became a friend of mine a number of years ago when I met him and he retired, and we've kept in pretty close touch. So he's been on the show a number of times in the past. He'll be joining us in about 8 or 10 minutes. I want to talk to him today about the seemingly never-ending mess that seems to be haunting this administration. Has something been done that has, or is it just the state of the nation? And the chief administrator for the state for this nation, he seems to be catching the brunt of it. And is it all political rhetoric, BS? Is it what? I don't get it. I really don't get it. What's going on here?
Everything's political.
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, what about all those teenagers out there that are?
That's bad parenting.
Oh,
Yeah,
so is either political or bad parenting, right?
it's called LOAW. Lack of ass whippings.
Yep, I got you.
Yeah.
I like that, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you got LOLs and all that. That's LOAW.
I mean, I'm not going to say that all parents have done, the parents of those have done a bad job, not all of them. But if you've got a teen, you need to know where they're at and what they're doing.
I was going to say, if they don't know where they're at 2 o'clock in the morning, they were bad parents.
Right.
Now they're going to attempt to escape from you. Not with my daughter, but with others, I've had to deal with that. Sneaking out the windows and stuff like that. Well, there's really simple devices out there.
Oh, yeah.
You can buy at Harbor Freight that will alert you when anything gets near their window. And when they open their window, yes, you cannot, folks, please do not ever put bars on windows. Do not do anything that will prevent somebody from getting out.
Right.
If they set off an alarm, that's one thing. But if the house is on fire, they might have to get out through that window.
Mhm.
So don't do that. I can secure a window.
Oh yeah, nail will do the trick.
Yes,
but the thing about it is,
Now,
then
for
they
you
can't
guys
do
who are going to leave home and these little, I don't know why I'm even getting off on that one, but these little cute twist locks they got on windows that are basically worthless with a little sharp knife, you can go ahead and pop them into a heartbeat. But if you will take in vinyl windows or in wooden windows and go down where the two windows join, the upper and the lower windows overlap there, if you will drill a hole that a 16-penny nail would fit through, a finish nail, or cut the head off another nail, big enough so it will fit in there, and just put it in there. They can't raise that window.
Mm-hmm.
They can't bring the top one down. They can't raise that one up. Now, how are you going to get out in a hurry? It's because you have left a magnet attached to a string hanging there. You reach up and put it over that hole. You pull that nail right out. Duh. That is the cheap, easy way to secure windows.
Yep.
Because a lot of houses got a lot of windows. Anyway, nice weekend, part of it anyway.
Yes,
And
glad to have
helping
it.
keep the dust down. I'm seeing sunshine out there. I don't know what that yellow thing is. I saw some glimpses of it back and forth yesterday through my eyelids. but I didn't know. I don't think I left my chair yesterday.
Yeah, I did. Went to the movies yesterday.
To the movies.
Yeah,
Did you see it? You didn't go to a romantic movie, did
we went to the AMC Theater. Very, very nice place.
you? It is.
And I don't go to the movies much. I really don't. I don't join these movie clubs and don't do this. We went in there. We got the tickets. The tickets were $26 for a pair of tickets.
Mm.
Okay. So we for them because we were going to go eat after the movie.
Mhm.
But we decided to get a medium-sized drink a piece.
Another $4.
She went,
Mm.
you better wait. And she said, I like some Junior Mints. Now, years ago when I went, Junior Mint box was fairly decent.
Yeah.
In this small box.
Yeah, it's stuff to take home with you.
I love Raisinets. I said, I think I'll get me a box. So I went up there to the counter. When I got done, you want to make a guess what the total was for 2 boxes of candy and 2 medium drinks? You want to give me?
I don't even want to know.
Yeah, you don't. It's $29 and
The
some
reason
change.
I won't be at the movies. I got a big screen TV
I
here. It's
do
big enough
too.
for we go to the movies. Turn your lights down, and the other thing about this thing in here, I hit this little button that says pause,
Yeah,
and I get up and make my head calls, refill, and do
Yeah.
whatever.
but it was just, and I'm looking at the guy, and the guy's looking at me. I said, "Ain't no way in the world." He said, "If I didn't work here, I wouldn't be." But it was called the Mandalorian and Groco, and they had this had a helmet that they were the grandparents, not parents.
Uh-huh.
The grandparents were buying them for the kids, and it's got the little doll hanging out the side of it, little piece of plastic, and they put their popcorn in it. $52 for that little piece of plastic. It's about that big, and it's just I said and all of them were buying, and you could tell
Right.
they were grandparents. They weren't parents. They were grandparents. I said, yeah, grandpa get it now.
No.
But it was fun. I enjoyed the movie. It was really surprising.
You don't
Because
need
I'm
that.
a Star Wars fan
You'll get
anyway.
cooties from that. You don't really want that.
But I enjoyed it. I really did.
Yeah,
And it was just something to do. I couldn't work outside. I couldn't go ride because I will ride in the rain, but I won't start in the rain.
Right.
And so that's
Well, I spent most of the day Saturday getting my yard all cleaned up,
Yeah.
weed eating, edging, trimming bushes, mowing, because I knew all this rain was coming in, and we're going to have rain the rest of the week,
Yeah, well,
here and there.
we need it.
And yes, I'm not complaining one bit. My garden has blossomed.
I
The
hope all
grass is turning green.
I hope all y'all have a special Monday. It is a special day.
Yes, it is.
Happy Monday. Memorial Day. Today is the day. We celebrate it beginning on Friday. Some people celebrate it beginning on Thursday, the week before.
oh yeah.
It's a day that's been officially designated as a day to recognize those men and women of our armed forces who died while defending this country. And we'll get into that and a lot of other stuff here as we go along. I talked about this last week, though, the week before and the year before and year after year after year, in order to protect one low-life individual. In order to protect one low-life individual, the men and women we have entrusted with the safety and well-being of billions upon millions of Americans have failed us. Those are our legislators, followed up by our judicial system. The failures do not lie with law enforcement. They have to deal with the cards they get. They have to deal with the handcuffs that are put on them. It's the failure after the service that I'm talking about. Law enforcement does everything it can, and as you'll likely hear, there are some failures at that level, but even if they're perfect and the bad guys are caught, the follow-up on those folks is miserable, and it results in death and destruction as the years go on from the same individual that should not be walking among us. And no one seems to care. Saturday, another one of those lost souls again made a desperate attempt to invade our White House. It's the White House, the symbol of what our founding fathers envisioned, what they fought for what we've been fighting for this past 250 years. Our White House was again locked down as a madman with a gun he could not legally possess made another attempt Another attempt by the same guy to gain entry onto the grounds leading to the president's quarters. 21-year-old Nazare Best, a Maryland man with a criminal record, retrieved a revolver from some sort of bag he was carrying at one of the security checkpoints outside the White House. When he started shooting, Secret Service officers shot back, critically wounded. Best was taken to a hospital, and he died. Good. There's no, absolutely, you're not going to get any intel. All of those prisoners that we have down there at Gitmo that we brought in back in here from other countries, they haven't given up stuff. They don't give up stuff. They'd rather die than do it. So, okay, that's fine. A year ago, this same dude tried to enter at a security post and was detained after he walked around from post to post, muttering that he was Jesus Christ, claiming that he wanted to get arrested. He got his wish and was charged with making an unlawful entry Saturday night. Reports from the Secret Service show Best was involuntarily committed in June last year, but was apparently arrested in July. How did he get committed and then get arrested? Failed to appear in court, apparently, and was not seen again until Saturday evening. The Secret Service had requested an order to prohibit Best from being near the White House. Not clear whether anyone was able to serve that on him. Written orders given to nuts and mean people is an absolute waste of trees. What did I say? It doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter at all. During the exchange of gunfire Saturday, a bystander was struck by a bullet. Don't know where it came from. There were several people shooting there, and we don't know yet. We're awaiting a call from our friend there. He lives down in Brunswick County now.
This is hard.
I hope he's supposed to call me. I hope.
That's all I can say.
Well, it's not L.A. anymore.
I agree.
It ain't.
I agree. I think we
It's
have.
L.Y. Little Yankee town.
The phone just lit up. What did you do? It's not ringing, but it lit up. But there's no call showing. We're good. Oh, it was just weird.
No, I miss L.A.
Yeah, it was. Let's look. It's him.
Okay. I knew if we kept talking about him, he would call in. Hey, special agent, our very special agent, Tim Spees. How are you doing, Tim?
Good. How you doing, Rayford?
Doing
Good
fine
morning.
here this morning. How's your weather down that neck of the woods?
It's not too bad. We had a little rain last night, but it's sunny here this morning.
Yeah, we get kind of the same thing here right now. But we needed the rain, so I'm glad we got what we got over the weekend. I'm just talking about the situation on Saturday where there's one guy who the Secret Service, when you're known to police, when the police know who you are is one thing. When the Secret Service has you on their list, that's something else. It's not good, kind of like being on a no-fly list, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's the White House attracts them.
yeah. Well, they had him and they wouldn't let him in, and he pulled a pistol from a bag he was carrying. Let's do a little bit for you first. Tim worked Secret Service. He's now retired. Secret Service does a whole lot more than just protect the president. They do things like counterfeiting investigations, of which you led one in Nigeria, was it? No,
Uganda. Kampala, Uganda, the
Yeah.
capital. Yeah.
Yeah, you led one while you were in active duty, of course. That was a huge operation. I remember that one even before I met you. I remember that one.
Yeah, it was. It started in 2014. It actually started in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, with one guy just passing $100 bill for a $4 cup of coffee, and it just flowered from there. And then we picked him up. We found out he was in Walmarts and Targets, and because once they pass it successfully, then they start hitting all the other places. But And at first, the funny part is, at first, I didn't really want to do anything with it because I was actually on light duty from a knee surgery. And I had given lots of information to my group leader and my boss at the time regarding the case, because it was what we call a circular note. A circular note is printed with an offset machine. It's not done with a computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more high tech. And so time went by, and like I said, about a week and a half, 2 weeks went by, and then finally the two of them came over to me and they're like, this is an offset. I said, I know, I told you that like 2 weeks ago. I said, I gave you all the information on this. And they just weren't grabbing at it. And finally it ended up in my lap. I literally got 4 weeks into the investigation, and I went to my boss and I said, maybe I ought to give this case to, at the time it was Keith Heckman, and he was a good investigator. But I think what I found out later is that he wasn't aggressive like me. There's no way he would have went over to Uganda 3 times. He just didn't. He was just one of those guys that didn't want to travel.
His homeboy.
Outside the country. Yeah. So then I started to see why they kept it with me, and it stuck with me. And then literally after I would say about 8 months, we got our first break. We got a fingerprint on a document that was in one of the packages, and we knew who we were trailing them, and then it was a matter of time before we would catch up with them.
Well, good. I'm glad you did it. Glad you got it. So that was a big case, and it's a big part of your career as well. You also, you may have been on protective details with the president, as I recall, correct? Everybody ends up that way one time or another.
Yeah. So what happens in the Secret Service is you don't just ever just guard one president. Throughout your whole career, you end up guarding multiple presidents because you either post stand for them or you do some type of advanced work like a site, motorcade, protective intelligence, which is you go and you will gather all the protective intelligence at that time against him, and you will lead in advance for it and make sure that nothing happens to him. You'll work an airport, you'll work a site. When he comes into town and he has multiple sites, well, then there's multiple site agents. Mm-hmm. So so I was in arm's reach of every president from Ford to the current one.
Wow.
Except for Ronald Reagan. I never got to do anything around Ronald Reagan because he was out west.
Yeah.
And for just the luck of the draw, I never got picked to go out there to do anything with him. So, but I was with every other president. The president that I spent 24/7 with was George W. Bush. And that was from like 2008 to 2012.
Okay. Yeah, you just barely missed my brother-in-law then. He was flying him during that time, or just before that time, from just before 9/11 until my brother-in-law retired in about 04, 05, 06, something like that. Anyway, you on the White House grounds, you had the distinct pleasure of interacting with somebody who kind of wanted to gain entry to the location, or was just playing games or whatever, right? One night?
Yeah, so back in October of 2014, it was about 7:23 at night. I was at the post in front of the White House, just to the right. We call it Pebble Beach. Pebble Beach is the area where all the news anchors set up, and when they do their broadcast for that short period of time, whether it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you see them and then you see the White House behind them. But we traditionally call that Pebble Beach. So the post close to there where the press would walk through, there's a magnetometer in there. There's a walkthrough, like the one that you saw in the video for the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Mm-hmm. The press comes in, they put their equipment down, and we run it through a machine. We check everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. We check everybody. So I'm in there with 2 other uniformed division officers, and all of a sudden, alarms go off, lights go on, sirens go, and over my earpiece I hear, north fence jumper, north fence jumper.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, what the heck is that? You know, like I never experienced it because I never worked at the White House. So there's a large, like almost picture window to my right, and I look to the right, and I see this guy out in the front yard, and he's got his t-shirt pulled so you could see his waistband.
Oh.
And he was a young black guy, and he's just standing there, and the lights are on. Now, at the White House, in the front lawn, when the lights go on at night, it's like being at a football stadium. It's like you can see everything. And I was like, oh my God, how did that guy get in the front yard, right? I literally thought for about 2 seconds, and I just turned, and there was a double door there in that post with a push bar, and I just pushed through and I went out. And the only thing I thought was, this guy is not going to get in the White House. So like 5-6 weeks before that, we had someone get in the White House.
I remember that.
Yeah, and two agents tackled him. Everything was good, but he got in. And my thought was, this guy's not getting in. There's no way. So I ran after him, and mind you, I'm in a pair of wingtip shoes and a suit. So
Secret Service undercover.
yeah,
Right.
I draw down on him. I'm running, and kind of the only thing that's going through my head is, I'm like, I don't have to shoot this guy in the front lawn of the White House. Like, do I want to do this?
Yes.
And so as I'm running, I see him. He's not a threat, but he's there. And I saw the ERT team. It was comprised of 5 guys, 2 with dogs, and then the other 3 had long guns. And I start to come up on them, so I put my weapon away for safety. And at that time, the guy, he kicked one of the dogs. And then
Oh my.
he eventually then picked up one and slammed it down.
Oh my.
Well, now that's an assault on an officer.
Yes, it is.
The dogs were badges. So I pull my gun out again, and I start to speed up a little bit. And then by that time, the guys with the long guns moved in. And at that time, the dog handlers released the dogs, and the dogs each went out.
Done deal.
Each dog got him by his biceps on the inside, took him down.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I then went over to Chase Clouser, who was on the ground with him. He had his legs in a figure 4. He was face down. His left arm was under his chest. And I just went up to him, and I was like, I tapped him on the shoulders. I said, hey, we're going to cuff this guy. And I went over and I pulled his arm. I then passed the cuff to him. He got down, slammed him down, and then he did a cursory search. I picked him up, and we walked him off campus.
A lot of people don't understand trying to handcuff a person who doesn't want to be handcuffed. Really is not the easiest thing in the world to do. And
No, you gotta hit certain key points on their body so that they react the way you want them to. So, me knowing martial arts and practicing for many, many, many years, I just reached under and got his. I think I grabbed his pinky at first.
Oh, that will do it every time.
And I started to bear down on that, and then once I got him up, I did a wrist lock on him, which then he tightened up, and then I was able to put the cuff on, and then I packed him. Chase Clouser was 6'5", 290 pounds. He was nothing but sheer muscle.
Sit on him.
He was a linebacker for Pitt University. So he was quite the beast. Anyway, like I said, we took him off, and it was good. But yeah, so that was 2014.
All right.
And
I want to talk about this best that happened Saturday. Have you looked at the stuff? Have you paid attention to it yet?
actually, you know what? I didn't really hear anything about that until late in the day, and So I listened up on the news as much as I could.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I guess the guy was fairly well known to Secret Service. They had interaction with him a year ago, and maybe even before that. It wasn't, he was different, and he got an involuntary commitment, which was interesting, and that was. But he didn't spend a lot of time there. They lay him out to do whatever. Then he committed some other crime, like didn't show up for court. So they had a bolo on him. And I don't know whether they had seen him since then or not. I have no clue. But anyway, he showed up Saturday night, and of course they said you can't come in, can't come in, can't come in. And that's when he pulled a pistol, started shooting. But, it ended very
Crazy
poorly for
people.
him. Let's see.
Yeah, what happens is down there, I don't know what it is. I think some of it is just the media, and not that it's bad media, not that it's good media, it's just media. Because we were taught at the academy under the PI block, which is protective intelligence, that mentally unstable people, they tend to watch the news a lot, and that's their fuel that feeds them. And they might just get one hot topic, and it is their interest.
Mm-hmm.
And they go with it, and all they think is, well, I have to go down to the White House to address this. And it's a glamorous place. There's a lot of high-profile people down there. There's a lot of action, a lot of busyness. So it excites them. And I can pretty much guarantee you that 97% of the people that go to the White House that want to do something like that, they are mentally unstable. It's just
yeah.
Over the years, for 20 years, all of the protective intelligence that I did, and the interviews I did, they were all mentally ill, and most of them were off of their medication at the time. I don't know if I told you this story, but I went into, I forget the name. It was right in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Honey something. Anyway, we got a call that this guy was making indirect threats towards the Clintons, and we showed up, and he lived in somewhat of a farm type setting house, not an actual farmhouse, but almost like an offshoot of some workers of the farm. And so we knock on the door and we walk in, and I don't know if you've ever seen the movie In the Line of Fire, but when Clint Eastwood and the other guy, they go into John Malkovich's apartment, they open those doors and they see all those pictures. Well, that's what this guy had. He had the exact same thing.
Really?
He had all these pictures. Yes, he did. He had all these pictures of the Clintons. And he had some newspaper articles about Vietnam vets not being treated well. And so, I walk in there with my partner and I'm like, oh my God, this can't be happening, right? Like, this is like out of a movie script. And
Literally.
So the first thing I do is I look at the stuff on the wall and I kind of make a quick assessment. And I'm like, oh. I said, so were you in the military? He goes, yes, I was. He goes, I was a UH-1 Huey gunner. I said, oh, okay. I said, yeah, I was in the Air Force. He goes, oh, okay. From that point on, he was my buddy.
Yep.
He was my buddy. And that was the end. And then I just sat down with him. I talked to him. I'll never forget, it was Eric Jackson who was with me, and my partner. And we just started talking. And I sat there. I was like, look, hey, bud, you flew on helicopters. You had a serious job in the military. I know that. I go, why are you doing stuff like this? And then he unfolded, and he basically said that, the current times, things were bothering him. I think some of it was VA stuff. So, but yeah, he was on meds. I should say he was off them at the time, but he was on meds, and we had to do a full profile on him, and he was never a problem again. But that's it's just boom, the light switch goes on, and It's like they're on camera.
I know you were gone by what day you were on with Trump first go around, right? Yeah, you were. You were still in service.
Yeah, I did a lot of advance work, and I was posted down at Mar-a-Lago many times.
Why during this term, a little over a year into this term, why is this administration catching so much grief? I'm talking about from people who actually follow through on threats that they've made and things that they will do. There are, how many people out there like this are we dealing with in this country? How many people is in the file that is a potential danger, a possible danger to the president?
Well, the president gets hundreds of threats a year, hundreds. And, they can really either be phone calls to the White House. Believe it or not, there's a White House switchboard.
Yep.
And people call there and they're like, hey, I want to talk to the president. It's like, oh my gosh. So they're mentally ill. But emails, stuff gets sent through the mail. So like if you send something to the White House, it's not going to the White House. It's going to an off-site location. It's going to be checked,
Bomb threats and whatever, yes.
Yeah. So,
but how many realistically that I know you guys have got them categorized, different categories. There's a tier up the way up there that you consider very seriously as a potential. How many of those are on the list at any given time, would you say?
Well, that I'm not privy to or aware of, but I do know that there are threats throughout the country in pretty much every major city, probably every day. Okay. And so, the thing is this, I would get phone calls, and this is the crazy part. When I was in Philadelphia, I would get phone calls at like 1 o'clock at night or 3:30 in the morning, literally. And it would be headquarters. They'd be like, hey, we got a threat you have to go out on. And I'm like, well, can it wait till the morning? They're like, no.
Nope.
So you're when they tell you that, you're kind of like, oh, okay, this is pretty serious. So being in Philadelphia, you're literally only less than 2 hours from DC, which makes it a hot spot. So you would get the info, and it would be a serious threat. Sometimes you would get like the threat of, you got two neighbors, it's a Sunday afternoon, they're out in the back, they're drinking.
Worst day of the week.
They're having a conversation, and then all of a sudden, one of them makes a statement, and then the other neighbor who's not drinking hears it. And they're like, hey, you really shouldn't be saying stuff like that. And of course, they're somewhat inebriated. They're like, well, I can say whatever I want. It's a free country. Well, that is true to a certain extent, except when you threaten someone. Then it's not. So, and that's where a lot of people don't know the fine line. I've always explained it like, listen, if you have a person in your family and they have a certain lifestyle and you don't like that and you starting to threaten them, that's not free speech. That's threatening talk towards another person, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. So therefore, that's not right. So, we've gotten called out many times to individuals that were at a bar until 2 a.m. They were spouting off their mouth, and then we end up having to go to their house. We have to find them. Well, the problem with that is, okay, now you're going to their house. Now you know they've been drinking. Do they have any guns?
Yes.
What's their mental attitude at that time? What is their LOC? So it becomes quite a cautious scene. So, but what happens in most cases with the White House attracting these people is, like I said, something triggers them, and then they show up. And in their mind, they think that they're doing something that's going to help them, and they think that they're going to be able to resolve their issue. And of course, unfortunately, it doesn't usually go that way.
You know, I'll do quickly here. I'll let you go in just a second. The White House Correspondents' Dinner was the most notable threat this year because the president was present and vice president, lots of dignitaries.
The whole cabinet was.
A whole bunch of people were there who were targets, potential targets, even for a bomb going off, a grenade, or anything else. That could have been a whole lot of damage there. But this dude he's staying at the hotel, so obviously it was a planned event for him because he came there with guns. It was a planned event, but but we got security. The doors are guarded. As we saw, we had a whole team of heavily armed individuals behind the wall, just waiting. And of course, there were people stationed around the room that were wearing their undercover suits and their earbuds. We know that. What? This is a soft, easy place to gain access to. If you were, how many rooms are there in that hotel? 1,000?
There might be. I know.
Why are we holding anything with the president in a place like that?
I think because one, history. Two, I think because it's easy. Honestly, something as easy as catering.
Yeah, well, let me tell you about the history. Let's go back to Ronald Reagan. He was shot outside that place too. Leave it. That's history.
Right, I know.
So come on. Yeah, I know you know, but
so I'm not. So when I first saw that video, when that happened, when I first saw that, I mentioned you earlier. I belong to a Facebook page called USSS Alumni, and it's basically all retired agents.
right.
And when that happened,
The page lit up.
a bunch of notifications came across, and some of the older guys were so adamant. They were so adamant about saying, "Oh, well, he didn't make it through the magnetometers." And I'm like, "Wait a minute. I'm not an idiot." So I'm watching this video. I'm like, "That's a magnetometer." Like the guy ran right through like a running back on a football team.
Yep.
And what happened was the magnetometer to the right of it was being broken down. So what they did was not out of the ordinary. Okay, it's something that we normally do. And when you think about it, all the guys that said he didn't make it through the magnetometers, what I have to think is they're talking about the main magnetometers in front of the ballroom where they had the event, which was up one floor.
Right. He didn't get up to the floor. He fell down. Basically fell down. Bullets flying around. He fell down.
Right. So what happened was, they got him, they tackled him, whatever. But so my problem with the whole issue is this. Okay, there were two magnetometers set up. I counted at least two officers that were breaking it down. I believe there was two against the wall. There was the one agent in the suit, and then there was an officer off to the left who actually drew his gun first. There might have been others, but there was at least six people there.
Yeah, and then also the guy with the dog.
Okay, that I didn't see, but I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
So what that location was, I've kind of figured this out by now, is this. So that part of the hotel, there were probably people that needed to access the ballroom area or the hallway near the ballroom.
Right.
Or adjacent rooms. So in order for them to get there, they needed to go through a mag, so they were clean. So that was just basically set up right there as let's call it a satellite, an auxiliary post where people could come through, but you were definitely getting cleaned, magged.
Yep.
So for those guys on the USS alumni page saying that he didn't get to the mags, yes, he did. because for all intents and purposes, once you pass through that mag and you're okayed, you're good to go anywhere. So, and I mean, I watched it, and I'm like, what are these guys? These guys are talking like out of the other end of their, you know what? And I'm like, this is crazy. So then I started to watch the video on how each person was acting at that post, and the agent screwed up totally. When the guy ran through, for some reason, he bent over. It was almost like he was trying to get his gun. But you and I both know you don't have to bend over to draw your weapon.
You don't.
I mean, I don't know what he
It
was
falls
doing.
into your hand, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, when you go to draw your weapon, and in my opinion, it happened. Well, for me, it happened so fast that when I'm on the line shooting, I have instructors tell me, "Hey, you need to slow down a little bit." And I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "You're going a little too fast." I'm like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not." And it's because of my karate training, to be honest with you. We chamber our fist there at our hip, so, and then you throw a punch. Well, that's the same thing as drawing your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've thrown thousands and thousands of punches over the years. That's why I was able to draw my. I literally was talked to by 2 instructors when I was at the academy about slowing down my draw, and I'm like, well, okay, whatever. So, but anyway, he retreats. He retreats, and I'm like, that's bad. That's bad right there. That is bad. When you saw that guy come,
that wasn't the guy that got shot, though, was it?
No.
Okay.
No. The agent, no, that agent didn't get shot. But what is just uncanny to me is he didn't try to tackle him or at least grab his shoulder. Like, what are you doing? Where are you going? And then all of a sudden, like literally 5 to 6 other agents come out of it's like someone dropped a M80 into an ant hole. all these ants come flying out of like doors and stuff, and I'm like, what I noticed on the video is the assailant came in from the back of the video, and he went into that. There was a door there. He went in there, and I think what he did was he was carrying his shotgun at the time, and he had it hid, and then he just set himself up, and then when he had the chance, he just exited the door and he ran through the magnetometer.
Right.
So, but and then Coran gets on TV, I guess, a couple days later, and he praised everybody for what they did, and I'm like, dude, you had your perimeter broken. It was breached. I don't care what you say. It was breached. Multiple law enforcement officers at that post, and really none of them stopped that guy.
Yeah.
And so I think what is happening is, honestly, I just think Secret Service is hiring inadequate people. It's as simple as that.
That's a good one.
Is it leadership or is it training?
I don't think it's training. I just think it's the quality of person that they're hiring. I have friends that are still in. The stories they tell me is just, they're not sharp, Rayford. They're just not attention to detail. Okay, part of it is DEI. They're hiring people to fill quotas of somebody, which I guess falls on leadership. They brought back as the deputy director. Sean Coran brought back deputy director. I think his name is Matt Quinn, and Matt Quinn, I guess, retired in 23. He's supposed to be this great agent guy, whatever. I never heard of him. Okay. I never heard of him, and I'll be honest with you. In 2016, I went to Philadelphia for the DNC, and Hillary Clinton was going to speak. So when I went there, they knew that I was from Philly. I'd worked there for like 9 years. And they're like, well, we're going to put Spieth in the Fusion Center. I'm like, all right. So I get to the Fusion Center, and I started talking to a couple of people, and I'm like, so what's my role here? They're like, well, you're like the center location for law enforcement for all information that comes in, whether it's threats, problems, traffic delays, bad weather, everything. That's why I call it a fusion center. And I worked with this civilian guy. He was fantastic. So we had an issue with a mother and daughter out at one of the outlying gates, and they were just stubborn. They were trying to get in, and they didn't produce an ID. And these two younger agents kept calling us, kept over the radio. So it literally got to the point where I had to leave the fusion center, and I walked out there, and I found the two agents, and I went and talked to the two people, and I grabbed two foot cops. And I went to them, I said, hey, let's see your ID. I want to know who you are. They're like, we don't have any. I said, well, you're not getting in here.
Goodbye.
We're allowed to get in here. I go, no, you're not. I go, you don't understand this. I'm going to make this plain and simple for you. This is a federal site now. Since we're here, 18 U.S.C. 3056 takes command. It is now the governing body. So you're going to do one of two things. You're either going to produce a driver's license or an ID, and then I was going to copy it, and then I was going to go run it, and I was going to hold them there until everything was good. Or I said, you're going to leave, or I'm going to have police arrest you. That's simple for trespassing. And they ended up leaving. And I turned to the two agents. I said, now, I don't have to come out here again, do I? And I said to them, this is something that you get paid for. This is what you're supposed to do. You don't put up with people's crap at a situation like this because it's just going to escalate.
Yep.
And so, they kind of looked at me. So I went back, and then, so later on, they called me. They're like, Tim, we have got reports that there's a group of people in the audience that are going to storm the stage when Hillary gets on. I'm like, all right. And they're like, so we want you to come down and stand post with 20 other agents. Well, I get down there, and there's definitely a point to this. I get down there, and I see all these bigwigs from DC. Joe Clancy, the director. I see Bob O'Donnell, who's the SAC of dignitary protection at the time. And I see one of my old bosses from Philly, George Sachs, and I'm just hanging out because I'm going to go up on the stage. I'm going to stand in one of the aisleways on the stage and basically be the guy that you have to get by. Well, what I noticed was it was all senior guys down there. And one of the guys that was there was from the detail that I was on with. He was a Marine. And but all the bigwigs came over and said hello to me. They said hi. They said, how you doing? How's Pittsburgh? And so I knew people, and people knew me because of my Uganda case, because of Fence Jumper, because of just the stuff I did. And so we never had a problem with that. But this Matt Quinn guy, I never heard of him. And I'm like, why are they picking people like this to be leaders? They're just, I don't know.
It's happening all across the country, and unfortunately, it's at all levels of government. I've watched it happen.
It is.
And it is very disturbing. But,
I mean, I'm in the process of writing a book, and I've got an author friend down in Ocean Isle here.
Mm-hmm.
And, I sat down with her several times, and I told her the other day, I said, I don't understand it. I said, I have actually been trying to get a job for the last 3 years, and I can't get a job. First of all, North Carolina is really, really messed up in that, and I know you were a cop here, but I think they're really messed up in current days here. They won't even approach me or talk to me about anything until I have the basic law enforcement training academy.
Yep.
And I look at these guys, and that's, Rayford, that's the biggest BS there is. That's just BS. I am trained just like every other police officer in this state. The only thing I don't have is traffic law, and I wouldn't do anything with traffic because that's not my forte. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I actually went to the Brunswick County Sheriff's Office twice, and they offered the civilian academy for me. And I said to them, I go, what's that? They go, well, it's a 12-week.
Not for law
What's that?
enforcement, yeah.
Yeah, it's a 12-week program, 3 hours once a week, and you do it for 12 weeks, and then you get to work with police officers. And I said, do you pay me? They're like, no. I go, well, what's the incentive for me? They're like, well, you get to work along with police officers. I said, yeah. I go, I did that for 20 years. I go, I'm coming to you to give you my expertise. I'm not coming to you for your expertise, you know? And it was a slap in the face. And that didn't happen just once. That happened twice. And I'm like, this is just absolutely ridiculous.
Well, at the legislative level back in the 1970s, early 70s, they said everybody will have basic law enforcement. I think it was a 60-hour course to begin with. The next one was 160, and then it was a 240. The last BLAT I did was 240, I believe it was. Then it went to 400, and now 600, I believe. But anyway, hours. But it's, you know, one of the things that has got it, I think, even when police officers who have been police officers for 30 years in other counties, other states, not North Carolina, most of the stuff that they have to take for research is going to be a thing like laws, the laws, how it applies here as opposed to perhaps Virginia or, you know, Maryland or wherever. There will be some differences there. They should have told you that there will be a whole lot of stuff waived that you don't have to take in BLAT.
Right, and I mean, let's be realistic. I am not going to do the work that a roadie law enforcement officer would do. I'm going to do specific, specialized things that fall within my career path, and that's all I was trying to be an addition, an enhancement to them, and they were just like they were to the point where they were arrogant about it. So anyway. Like I said, I'm writing this book, and I mentioned to the author, I'm like, you know, I don't understand it. It's like I have done all these things in my career, and they're all agent duties. And what I mean by that is, in the Secret Service, when you become a boss, you kind of leave the investigations behind. Yeah, you're supervising people, but you're not doing the grunt work, and you're not standing post. You're not traveling. Yeah. You're not doing advance work. You're kind of out of the pocket now. And what I can't wrap my head around is there's no companies out there that need a guy like me or want a guy like me. I mean, you know, anybody can step into a supervisory role and either do it or fake it. Okay? And I think more people do the latter than the first part. Okay? And it's because really nobody really is trained, in my opinion, unless like, I got to say that I was trained through the Air Force and at one or two of my jobs in the civilian world where they put me through management training, and it benefited me, and it was very good training. So, you know, I know how to deal with people. But even still, when you're doing advanced work, sometimes you're the key player and you're in charge of an advanced team. So you are supervising. But
sure,
I told the author friend, I'm like, I just can't believe that nobody out there has a need for me. And she just thinks, you know, it's the current times and all of the negatives going against me because of what we experienced through the Biden administration. And she said, I think that that's still curtailing, and, you know, you just have to find your right niche. Yeah. So, all
right, well, maybe something will pop up there too, especially if you get the book out there.
I'm think about running for sheriff.
Yeah, and she's really, really pushing for like an 8 or 10 episode series, because she wants to highlight the she wants to highlight the counterfeit case, but then she also wants to have a lot of filler with. There's just been so many different things that I did.
Sure.
I mean, I give you one example is the DNC for Obama. They pulled me out of Philadelphia and took me out to Colorado to do the lead advance for Mrs. Obama for 2 weeks. And while I was out there, we had a guy that made threats that he had a gun and he was going to try to shoot Obama, and he ended up fleeing through his sister's apartment window. He ended up breaking his arm and something else. We had to go babysit him in the hospital. It was hilarious.
Okay.
But
Hey,
yeah,
Tim, we're kind of running up against a wall here and called the clock. So
Okay.
I appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you.
And thank you for your service
Absolutely.
as well.
Yep.
All right. And go deal with Memorial Day today too as an Air Force vet.
You got it. I will.
All right.
All right, guys.
All right,
Thanks
be
for the
safe.
time.
Bye.
All right. We'll see you.
See you. And we've been joined by a couple of people in here. What in the world? We got a man and his dog. Unless you stole the dog from somebody else.
Uh-oh.
That dog looks a whole lot like one of the dogs I used to have.
It does?
Yeah.
I got 2 of them.
Oh my. So
Trying to catch this.
Maybe.
Somebody is gone.
well, first it's gonna be ladies first. Chris Butt. Good morning, Chris. How are
Good
you?
morning, Jacksonville.
J Actionville, right?
J Actionville. That's what it is because I'm here.
I'm sitting here between two lovely ladies. They smell so good. So Twitter Peyton is in the air. And oh my gosh.
Sergeant
I
Major.
had to say that.
Sergeant Major, I guess we just don't rate at all at him because we don't smell good or something.
No, y'all don't.
I'd go get us some kind of a, I don't know what I'd get us. I'd get something good that makes us smell good.
She got her hooker red lipstick on. Boy, she's ready. Go.
That's
I
right.
had to say that.
You and your hooker red. Yeah, I got you. No go-go boots either. He's always
No,
trying to
yeah.
find pictures of me in my go-go
Yeah,
boots.
Well, I've got those
They're
I'm trying to
hidden.
get.
surveillance pictures from years ago.
Shh, shh. Don't help everybody.
I'm going to sell them one day.
Come on now.
eBay, here we
You
go.
gotta have a little bit
He
of.
won't let me have a
I got to make some
copy
money
of it.
somehow, don't he?
He's saving them for himself.
You
He's
know,
gonna sell
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Oh, here.
You said
I can make plenty of prints out there.
There you go.
And here on the other side, the man and his dog, straight in here with all of his duds on. Sergeant Major, sir.
Yes, sir.
As you are.
Got the patriotic tribute coming up.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?
Labor Charlie, sir. Labor Charlie.
Ladies are loud and clear.
Yeah, you got that right. You doing all right, Sergeant Major Mayfield?
About size 5 by 5.
5 and 5.
That's right.
I know a few people that are about 5 by 5 and
Yeah, in a box, right?
5.
Yeah,
we're about 5 feet wide, 5
Yeah,
feet tall.
5 feet tall, 5 foot wide.
Yeah, the lady out in the 9 mile, we call her
And
5 by
5 foot
5.
under.
Where did
That
she
was
go?
my mom.
I keep turning around and she keeps disappearing. Leaves
Well,
gone again.
you know, she's that magic trick. Poof.
Well, you're not hanging from the ceiling anymore.
Well, that's a good thing.
Well, I meant to bring the temporary pole in this morning. I forgot.
I told you we weren't doing that. Now, come on.
I got me a metal. I got a metal tower. I have a telephone out there.
Yeah, we ain't going to. I would have been here earlier, but I had to rescue a kitten that was under my car.
Oh, my goodness.
That,
There was under your, why did,
about that
I don't
big.
even want to know, I'm sure.
I don't know why it was under its car. Its mama must be stupid.
Okay.
Put it under my car.
Oh, you settled it down?
Well, I finally called Shockwave, took him in with his food, and then made sure the gate was shut. So anyway, we're good to go.
She's all Twitter pated.
She's flustered.
I was chasing him, and
Should wear shorter shorts.
Stop showing that leg.
we
Now.
need to do weather.
I'm going to do weather.
Let's do weather.
It's been a little,
It's hot in here.
it's been a little off and on and off again, kind of good challenging weather, if you want to
They
look
say that
at it.
about clothes too, don't they?
Yeah.
It's naked gardening day.
It's naked gardening day.
You can get a shower, take some soap with you, and it'll work out just fine. Anyway, it's been on again, off again, a little bit of weather this here weekend. A great time. Though we had some natural rain. I'm happy to see that. It's
Natural rain.
Natural rain. Well, that's what it was. Water falling from the sky is pretty and pretty
Natural.
here, unless it gets into a dirty atmosphere like LA's got. But I'm sure some folks may have been a little disappointed with the less than ideal beach conditions over the weekend. There's a little bit better today, but the ocean's going to be choppy, and sloppy. Never fear, you've got the whole dang summer ahead of you, so don't worry about it. Looking out to 60 nautical miles offshore today, the seas are going to be a little elevated due to stiff southwesterly winds. That's primary, and there's some front stuff hanging around out there we're going to have to deal with later. Today, southerly winds 15 to 20 knots. 15 to 20 knots, that's big. 5 to 6 foot seas. Whew. That's
Stay in.
choppy for small craft. A slight chance of showers this morning. Tuesday, southwesterly winds around 15 knots, seas 4 to 5, a chance of showers. Wednesday, southwesterly winds 10 to 15, seas 4 to 5, a chance of showers and thunder boomers.
Today, Memorial Day. What's going on? You got me?
You were loud. Go ahead.
A chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly this afternoon, mostly cloudy with a high near 85. South wind 7 to 13 miles per hour with gusts as high as 21. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 69. Tuesday, a 60% chance of showers and thunderstorms, partly sunny with a high near 87. And Wednesday, a chance of showers and thunderstorms, mostly cloudy with a high near 89.
As Lee was getting out of bed this morning, she was checking at her house, her weather machine. What? Over in the Woodlands, it was 72 degrees, 97% humidity, 30.13 inches of mercury, no wind, and she had 1.5 inches of rain.
Yeah.
It's a lot of water over the weekend. That's good.
Loved it.
That was nice, slow soak in
It
instead of
was.
run off
It was
or
all
evaporate.
day yesterday.
Down in Swansboro, you know where Swansboro is. Joe was. These are all ham radio people, by the way. 75 degrees, 96% humidity, 30.12 inches of mercury. Had a westerly breeze at about 4 or 5.64 inches of rain there in the borough. Over at Emerald Isle, it was 75 degrees, and he said it was mostly big waves. Okay, it's clear, but big waves. I don't know what that means. 4-8. I wrote it. I don't know what it meant.
4 to 8? 4 to 8?
Yeah, no, he doesn't know.
Either 4 or 8.
It could be.
Maybe that's happy hour.
It's 12.
There you go.
Dale up in River Bend said it was 72 degrees, 99% humidity. His wife Carol was arguing with me about the total amount of rainfall that they had. We settled on 1.87. I'm getting it for the whole weekend. Our friend Richard down in Jones, over in Jones County, 73 degrees, 30.14 inches of mercury and falling. Winds, light winds out of the south at about 5 miles per hour, 0.84 inches of rain. Randy in southwest, 72 degrees, 99% humidity, 30.16 inches of mercury. Clear, calm, 2.75 inches of rain over the long weekend. 2.75 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain in one weekend, but
Yes.
that's pretty good. Ward and Cedar Point, 76 degrees, 94% humidity. I saw a bear early this morning.
I heard him.
He was chasing a bear, or maybe he was running bear.
I thought I barely heard him. And then,
You ever run bear through the woods?
no.
Run a
Ticks.
bear through my shower, but that's about it.
Ticks.
You ever
Chickers.
chased a bear through the woods?
No.
Been skinny dipping, we call it running bear, but
I've been chased by a bear.
Southerly
back
winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, 0.31 inches of rain over the weekend. Here at the studio, it's currently 75 degrees. It's on the increase. 99% humidity is thick out yonder, and it's currently 30.04 inches of mercury. And we had a total rainfall of 0.69 inches since Friday morning.
And I do want to mention that the National Weather Service did send out a beach hazard statement.
They should. The
Rip
rays are heavy.
currents for the entire coast of North Carolina today through 8 p.m. So be careful in the
And there are
water.
no lifeguards up on the North Topsail, so be careful up there. They got, we understand, a couple of buoys that are put out there just in case.
Well, I know the county is also working on something,
That's
so
good.
maybe that will work out.
That's what I'm talking about. And so, anyway, it's probably not a good day to get into the water if you're going to be swimming. And if you're definitely a visitor and the only thing you've ever done is get your toes wet in a swimming pool, do not do it. toes wet here can be in a rip current in a matter of seconds. And then it's going to be, hey, I hope you can swim because there's nobody out here to come get you. Got it? That's just the way things are. We have a caller. Who do we
Yeah,
have?
I think it's Kathy.
Do we think it's Kathy?
I couldn't see it fast enough. Yeah.
You might be right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Good
it
morning,
is.
everybody.
it's either Kathy or what's her name? Stephalina?
Stephanie, or I think I forgot the third one.
Okay.
The prisoner, I guess.
Yeah, she's got plenty of them. She got plenty of names. All
Yeah,
occasions.
so I want to say good morning to the Rayford.
Thank
We
you.
got Lee, we got Chris, and we got the Donkey Man, and we got Fred Major.
Yes,
Right there.
I got a
We got
herd.
crowd.
A
We
herd.
got a crowd. And I wanted to announce something, that Oslo Memorial Park Cemetery is having their first ever annual poker run this morning, today. Starting at 9:30, 10 o'clock, they 6 stands are going up. They got the best hand out of 5 cards, and then there's also a worst hand winner out of 5 cards. But they've got 5 great stops. If anybody's interested in jumping on your motorcycle, selling your car if you want,
Yeah.
and get a poker run. Do something on Memorial Day like that.
Can I bring my boat?
What?
Can I use my boat? Do you have water out there?
Water. Only standing water. From the
Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's not deep enough to float my boat. I need water deep enough to float my boat. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I know that it took our pool from, we have a shallow end and now we have a deep end.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah, so,
Kathy, thank you. We do appreciate it. And Stephalina too.
Thanks, girl.
I changed your
Yeah,
name to
well-
I've changed it to Stephalina. I like that one.
Stephalina, that kind of covers all 3 bases. There you go. Okay, we all have a great Memorial
You
Day.
too. Take care. Be safe.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that was she was Marine Corps too.
Yes, she was.
That was a Marine there, Sergeant Major.
Sir?
That was a
Oh,
Marine we
he
had on the
knows her.
phone. Kathy.
Kathy
I know her.
Marks.
Yeah. She's-
Captain?
she's a
Yeah,
Marine.
Kathy. That was her that just called.
Where does she work at?
Oh, she's out of the
Oh,
service.
she's out now?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, retired. I got you. Like me. Retired or retarded. I don't know which one.
Well, you know, but mostly unforgettable. You remember.
The man in
There
black.
you go.
He's a
There
man.
you go.
He's a man.
All right.
Is that black or dark blue?
It's black and gold.
Yeah.
We sing together.
Yes, we did. We sang together years ago at an event.
Oh, was that right?
Oh, yes.
Are you singing to
Yeah, he
the
sang
one
bass.
at the Veteran Cemetery?
No, I'm not singing there today. I used to.
Right, I knew that.
Yeah, they every so often they change it up or whatever, and then they had somebody else come in to do the national anthem, and then I would sing afterwards, God
Right.
Bless America.
Yeah, I like that
Yes.
too.
And then since Grant died, I have not been involved in
Well,
that.
I know for those
Oh, this is-
interested,
My song, I'm changing now. Mine
You won't
right,
You-
mine right
hear me.
now is Let's Go
I
Out.
did. I do what?
I didn't say anything. It
Yes,
was
you
Lee.
did.
for those interested in attending the service today, 8:30 Swansboro is having their Memorial Day service at the Bicentennial Park. 11 o'clock at the Veteran Cemetery, there is a service there. And at 2 o'clock, there's a service at the DAV downtown, Roosevelt Road. And
They're also
so
having a luncheon there.
a luncheon too. Okay, well, that's good. That's
Give me
good.
some
So-
history. Y'all want history?
We want history.
Yeah, we want history. Sergeant Major and I, we live most of the history. And we have lived most of the history in this country, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally, what we call Memorial Day today, which is what we are in today, was known as originally,
Armistice. Wasn't it armistice? No.
Decoration Day.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
It was a way to honor,
This
I
is
knew that.
Veterans Day.
and it was a way to
Right.
honor the soldiers who died in the Civil War. The first official national recognition came 3 years after the war ended. On May 30th of that year, more than 5,000 people,
Mm.
wow, came to Arlington National Cemetery to put flowers on the graves of soldiers who fought and died in the war. The official idea for the observation came in 1868 from a Civil War soldier, an idea that made its way up to General John A. Blackjack Logan, also a Civil War veteran, and the commander-in-chief of the Grand Army of the Republic. That was an organization comprised of other war veterans. The general considered the idea for just a very few minutes and not bound by the lengthy BS requirements needed to get anything done today in government. He issued General Orders Number 11, proclaiming 30 May of 1868 as Decoration Day. Just a fact, Jack. Give it to the military and let them get her done instead of sending it through. How many committees do you think it took? Well, I can tell you, not the number, but too many.
Of course, it's
yeah.
government.
Mhm. Sue Landon Vaughan, got that? A descendant of America's second president, John Adams, in April of 1865, the same month that Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered at Appomattox, led a group of women in Mississippi to adorn graves of soldiers who died on both sides of the war. Yankees, rebels, whatever. Former slaves in South Carolina paid their respects to the Union dead less than a month after the Civil War ended. This thing goes way back. It was another 100 years, though. Give it to the federal government. Our legislators up there, another 100 years. And the federal government finally got involved when President Lyndon Johnson signed legislation to recognize Memorial Day on the fourth Monday in May. That was the same year that the federal holiday Monday rule came about. As Veterans Day was moved to the final Monday in October, it didn't last long, and the birthdays of Washington and Lincoln, who were both born in February, were combined as President's Day on a Monday, and Columbus Day was moved to a federal Monday. Veterans were about to go to war over Veterans Day, moving it to a federal holiday called Monday. It was originally held officially on the 11th day of the 11th month at the 11th hour to mark the ending of the Great War. It was not World War I. They didn't know what World War I was. It was the Great War with the signing of the armistice. With the uprising of ticked-off veterans, that mistake was corrected in 1971. And we have Veterans Day on the 11th day of the 11th month at the 11th hour. And there it shall remain forever.
Yes.
That's right. And while we're talking about military, good morning to Kyle.
Good morning,
He's
Kyle.
listening to
Hey,
us
Kyle.
from Camp Geiger.
Can we call him Kylie?
Chris said he's doing PT.
Yes,
Since
he's
we got-
PTing over
He's
Geiger this
PTing.
morning
Why?
because it's open and it's beautiful and it's quiet and it's serene and he can run for hours or miles or whatever. Just that's
You go,
know.
Kyle. Go, Kyle. Run for me.
Have we passed that part in our lives?
Well, you
You
two,
get
yeah.
out there running around for nothing.
Run around with me?
The PT.
He's like, ain't gonna happen.
I got the little Charlie again.
I think it's Charlie.
Yeah, all right.
All right, let's go out to Los Angeles, to the other
We're
coast,
going to the West
and see
Coast.
what's going on with, what's his name, Chucky baby? Charles.
Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Charlie.
You know, I was thinking about something earlier about today is a day we honor the individuals, all individuals, regardless of your color, your race, your whatever pronouns, you died for our freedom. And I was thinking about it, and I don't pray. I don't believe in anything religious. Maybe you guys do, but I just, I'm thankful for the people that died
Mhm.
for me to be able to have this so-called freedom in our country. But then I started thinking about the 20 million people that Joe Biden and his administration allowed in the United States of America. I'm going to say of the 20 million people, maybe one person, maybe two people really truly understand the great country that they're entering and the people that died, so they can, live in a free society. I guarantee you they don't know. They don't care. It's, what are your thoughts?
Half the people in the United States don't understand it. What are you talking
You
about?
really don't want to know what my thoughts are for the illegal. You come into the country improperly, as they call undocumented, as I refer to as undocumented means you don't have the paperwork to be here.
That's illegal.
That's illegal.
Oh, you can candy coat it all you want to. It's still illegal.
If I go and let me tell you what, I can leave my passport at home. I can have no ID on me, and I can slide down to a bunch of countries down there in South America, a bunch of countries out there in the Middle East, and you know how long? I'm going to be there forever. forever and ever and ever, but I won't be free and able to roam the streets. I will see four walls at the best.
At the
A
best.
ceiling. That's it.
Yeah.
Charlie, that's what you get.
Listen, I'm kind of a stupid American. I don't fully understand the history of the United States of America. I know that there were injustices done to Asians, blacks. Actually, there's been injustice done to white, Europeans throughout the history of time in humanity. I'm just trying to figure out all these people, and I just said it earlier, all these people that come into the country, I don't see like flags in their neighborhoods. I don't see the USA flag. I don't see like, when they're driving around their cars, I don't see like, thank you for allowing us into your country. I don't see any of that. And I'm trying to figure out, is it going to happen, or is the United States of America basically just going to drown? Is it just going to become...
Charlie, what you're saying about these folks coming in from other countries and they fly their own flags and they want to live the way they lived before. I've said the same thing about the guys who come down here from New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, wherever. They come down here because they are fed up with what's going on up there. They just don't like it anymore. They don't like their governments. They don't like their city councils. They don't like anything. So they move down here. And then they want to change here to be exactly like it was where they left. What in the world is going on? But, they can do that legally. But when we have folks coming in,
think it's weird. Yeah, no.
when we have people coming in this country illegally, they do not have the right to come in here to change this country to be like the one that they left. They came here because they didn't like it.
Yeah, if your country is so great, why didn't you stay in it?
And if it's that good, go back.
Yeah,
I say
please.
that about the states.
Well, that's true too.
Let's say 20 years from now, the United States of America ends up being a complete S-hole, like the countries that these people come from. And I want to go to their country because I hate my country. I'm going to learn about that country's values. I'm going to learn about that country's flag. I'm going to discover the people in that country. I'm not going to walk in and say, listen, you will adhere to my people and my views. No. Get out. I'm going to respect your country and your values. Maybe I'll have a few questions, but I'm not going to try to overthrow your country with my S-hole values, my toilet hole values. I don't know. It's really bizarre. Listen, humans are weird. I figure I've got maybe 40 years left on this earth, and here's my point.
With you.
I don't actually have a point. So you guys have a good day.
Thank you, Charlie. Bye.
Those people who come here do not come here to assimilate. They come here to take over.
Pretty much.
And that's the problem.
Exactly.
So, Sergeant Mitchell, what are you up to?
Well, I am here for a whole bunch of reasons and stuff as well. We're doing our annual patriotic tribute ceremony. The ashes coming up. Okay. Huh?
And the tributes.
And that's it. And the luminaries, we got things in here for you. But this is my last one.
What?
Where
are you going?
No, I'm turning it over to Sergeant Lopez.
Well, he's got a little experience under you.
Well, he's young, so
He's learned the ropes, sir.
Yeah, he's learned the ropes. He's been doing it long enough. So, my next birthday, I'm 86 years old.
You do realize that as long as you got a telephone, when somebody takes over like that, your phone the first year or two is going to ring.
I'm still a Marine all the way, so I don't just cut them loose.
Okay.
I just want
to be sure you understand that.
He doesn't get to make a fool out of me either.
So the Sergeant Major still is in charge.
Yeah, he's in charge. But the Sergeant Major will be in the wings kind of looking, make sure.
Chief advisor.
Yeah,
just in case.
Chief cook, bottle washer, all that kind of stuff.
Make sure there's a bottle washer and cook.
Yeah, I'll do it all. Make sure it gets done. That's the main thing. So as long as the transitions.
So tell us about this event.
Okay, this is again our annual patriotic tribute and ceremony, the Ashes. We will be doing it's going to be what have I got? The 12th of next month or 13th of next month.
That's a Saturday.
It's going to be on a Saturday at Arlington National Cemetery. It will start here on Friday. The evening of Friday, we will do our patriotic tribute. We will take our luminaries, which I have here. We will burn those luminaries, consecrate them, take a measure of the ashes with us to Arlington National Cemetery. Once we've laid the wreath there, we're going to move from Arlington National Cemetery. I am a Vietnam veteran, so I go to the Vietnam Wall. Sergeant Lopez is a Beirut veteran, so he starts here because the Beirut Memorial is here. So once we've done that, we go from that point, finish them all up. Again, as you say, there's no talking. We just do what we have to do. If you feel what you feel it inside, set up, don't say anything. I will just simply guide folks through. I don't really do a lot of talking and pontificating myself. I can do that, but I'm not going to. And so that's basically the way it is. And once we're done, we're done. And
You do it for yourself. You don't do it for anybody else. You do it for yourself and whoever.
It's what you feel and what you think and how you understand it yourself, and celebrate it that way quietly and respectfully. And therefore, no one has to get in an argument or fight with anyone else about whatever they want to do in that regard. And it's worked well since I was, and like I say, as a Vietnam veteran, and the post-traumatic stress, foolishness, and all that other stuff we all have to put up with. And as you guys remember, I put myself in the VA hospital to deal with this head trip that we have to deal with. So I know there's so many veterans here in town that they not so much in denial, they just don't know. I mean, and again, even from a VA perspective, I've been dealing with this foolishness since you guys have known me and way before. I'm still fighting with stuff, still fighting with this issue and this benefit and that. Come on, man, give me a break. I wear 3 Purple Hearts on my chest. So what else do you need to know? You know what I'm saying? I've been there, done that. Some guys don't have it. It's a good conduct ribbon, and they got more benefits than I'll ever get.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And that's what we're talking about this other issue of people, ignorance and stupidity, and it's kind of ironic you were on that subject, because I'm the one guy in here that has the African American cover on it, and this is America. So
I'm sorry. There's probably 4 others that have some blood.
yeah,
I know I do.
yeah, some blood in there,
Yeah,
and
we're all mixed.
you're echoing.
I said we're all mixed.
Yeah, exactly. So
I have
these are the kind of
Italian.
things that when that becomes what's the matter?
Spaghetti. I
She's
said I have Italian.
Irish over
Yeah,
here.
I mean,
Spaghetti.
so who is who and
Yes.
what is what I'm saying. We're just people.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
right.
I'm Welsh, Native
This
American. and
this is a dog.
You donkey.
Yeah.
And just treat people like people. That's what we say. That's what I'm about anyway. And I never hated a Vietnamese. I never knew a Vietnamese, but I sure hell killed a lot of them. Okay.
Yeah, well,
And that was not mine. Really.
Sometimes that was the best way to.
I mean, I didn't start out in life to do that. That was not my intention, but that's what I wound up doing, and that's what a lot of folks do. And for whatever reason, we got war going on now. We need to stop, as far as I'm concerned, stop BSing and understand that there are real human beings out there that's taking the brunt of all our stupidity and prejudice and information we're dealing with. I'm just saying, let's just remember, troops are forward.
Is it time to either put up or shut up, or do what, or get off the pot?
It's always poop or get off the pot.
That's the one.
Again, that's Mayfield anyway, so that.
So we're talking this whole thing to death, aren't we?
Sir?
We're talking this whole thing to death. We, from the president, POTUS, all the way down, we're talking it to death.
Yeah.
Too many people involved.
And-
Just call me and let me tell you what to do.
I'm just not sure of what the intent is. I'm not sure
No
what
one
the
is.
purpose is. So it's like I said, it is the only. It is not mine the reason why, but it's mine to do or die.
There's one intent. Preserve this country.
Yeah.
Don't let them in.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the terrorists and everybody else. Don't let them in.
Well,
Don't let them inside here. And the only way to win that is to keep them out of this country.
Well, I've already seen enough of that when I saw big money crooks coming into the
Yes.
country, being allowed in the country from the very top down. So I'm going to shut up. I'm just a little toady frog down here in the pond. So I'm not going to get gobbled up by that big machine over there. So I'll just do what I got to do quietly and do my respect as I'm doing here.
Hey,
Live the
respect's-
life that I've been raised to live, and don't step in my territory now. I'll punch you in your head. But that's
There
it.
you go.
Yeah, that's all.
And you a man who can do that too, because I'm not going to fight you.
I'll do it in a
Charlie.
heartbeat. Ain't that right, bro?
That's it, bro.
Yeah, step over
That's
step.
it. Yep.
So I can't tell you what to do. I'm not in that position to tell anyone else what to do. As a Marine, yeah, I could tell those Marines what to do. But out here in the civilian world, you ask, you do what you have to do, and you get through it by the best way you can. If my influence is strong enough, then I can tell other people what to deal with.
Exactly.
If it's not, it's not. I'm working on it, though.
Charlie, did you have a quick observation?
Sir?
No, I got a phone call.
Actually, your guest that just talked about Vietnamese, I never thought about what he just said. He said, his exact words were, I never hated a Vietnamese. I never knew a Vietnamese. So he was in the Vietnam War?
He was. He killed people. He's Sergeant Major in the Marine Corps now, or retired now.
Retired.
That's so profound that this individual, I guess, signed up in the United States Army or whatever
Marine Corps.
branch of
Marine Corps.
the Marine Corps. Well, that's probably the best. No disrespect to the sailor. Wow.
He signed up
I've
in the
never
Army.
heard that. I never knew. Wow, that's very profound what you just said. I never thought about what you just said. So, did you actually? Did you kill Vietnamese people?
Yes, he did. Viet Cong.
Wow.
The Vietnamese Army, North Vietnamese Army. See, there were Viet Cong guys and also North Vietnamese. Can you hear now?
So you have.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, he
So
said.
he has actual memories of killing Vietnamese people. He has memories of that in his brain.
Me?
Yes,
Not only in my brain, in my body, sir.
he's got it in his brain and his body from.
Most everybody that fought over there does.
Yeah.
That's what we did. I mean, it's like fishing. You remember when you catch the fish, don't you? Yeah, especially if it's a big one or something.
I'm not trying to be coy, whatever.
No, I'm not.
So, as a Marine, did you actually physically these people, soldiers?
I vividly remember. I'm a hand-to-hand combat instructor during Vietnam. I remember doing it with my bare hands. That's exactly what I'm saying. Not just shooting and not just knifing and stuff like that. We were in some nasty positions, according to who you were.
There was a lot of
And
hand-to-hand combat.
there was a lot of hand-to-hand combat fighting that went on and stuff as well. And the fortunate thing for me is that the unit that I was in, many of the Marines in it, I had put them through boot camp. I was a drill instructor and hand-to-hand combat instructor and put many of them through. And so quite a few of the troops knew who I was anyway.
Charlie,
So we were fired up.
the stuff that is taught and where people today are training, and you don't ever see them making contact with their opponents. They fall just short of that. In the real world,
Yes.
there's physical contact and there's broken stuff, and you hurt yourself from time to time. But it is a different life out there.
Again,
No. I appreciate that. No, my question, once again, did he actually ever have hand-to-hand combat? Did he actually ever kill
yes.
Vietnamese people?
Asked and answered.
He's answered that.
Already
Yes.
answered that.
Yes.
Charlie.
A lot.
That's got, I can't even imagine
Of course
in
you
my
can.
brain
Yes, you can. Yes,
what
you
that goes
can.
through, what you experience. No, I can't imagine that.
Well, let me
Think about that.
let me switch it this way. If I'm talking to you about going fishing, right? You can listen to my fish stories, etc. But as soon as you get on the boat, cast a line out, and you've got a big fish on the end of it, you'll understand. It's as simple as that. You can talk about
That's a
it.
good way to put that.
It's as simple. It is as simple as that. It's just as simple. Don't make it more complex than it is. Killing is no different than driving a car or jumping out of an airplane, or it's an experience. And if you don't experience, yes, it seems like it's bizarre. But I cannot sit down and tell a lady how to have a baby.
There you go.
No,
Now if you want to
yeah,
now
that is probably the best analysis
I need to write
of
this.
anything that I've heard yet.
I can talk all the smack I want to, but I cannot tell her how to have a baby. I cannot tell her what she's feeling, et cetera, even though I'm a doctor and everything else. The other side of that, you know, you've killed a bug, you've killed a fly, you've killed a.
I get it.
You with
Can I
me
ask you
now?
one last question?
That's all I'm saying. It's just you haven't
here's
killed
my
a
last
human
question.
being.
Go ahead, Charlie.
No. Okay, so you've actually like done something that has taken another human being's life during Vietnam, and you saw this person suffer to death, correct?
And I'm a hardcore. My grandfather was a Methodist minister, and "Thou shalt not kill." I grew up with that, and etc. And it's the hardest darn thing that I had to cross over that bridge to do. But once you cross over it, you're over it.
So you've taken another human being's life. You've
A lot.
Suffering died,
I'm
right?
saying, sir, a lot. I'm telling you from my experience. Of course, you don't have them with me, but I'm saying a lot. I was a
I
weapons
can't
platoon
even
commander.
imagine. First of all,
Yes, sir.
I can't even imagine what goes through your brain, how you live your life. I'm thankful for who you are as a human. I think about that.
I live my life.
I can't even fathom what you experience
Let me
and how it affects your mind.
let me help you with that. I live it like a Christian.
There you go.
That's it.
I live it like a Christian. I ask forgiveness. I received it, I believe. I accept that. I did not ask to God. Thou shalt not kill is a law. It is a rule. It is a commandment. I never grew up to be killing anything, including a bug. I couldn't kill a chicken when I was a kid. I could not do it. And yet still, this is what I carry on my body and my mind, and so many others like me, even far more than that. As a matter of fact, Major Jim Capers, next month, he's going to receive the Medal of Honor. Do you know that?
June 18th.
Okay, on June 18th, he will receive the Medal of Honor. If you want to talk about somebody that's got something on their body and on their mind for taking human lives and stuff like that, this man is my hero, okay? And he and I, you know, he has invited me to sit with him in that regard. This is the kind of thing I'm saying. We've all seen it. We see it in the movies, and we just can't wait to get there and just, and eat popcorn and enjoy it, right?
Can I say one last thing?
Yes, sir.
The people, the human beings
Mm-hmm.
that you killed, they were influenced by a tyrant government, and they were forced to serve, and they were forced to die by you. And they're probably no different than you. They're probably just normal human beings.
Absolutely.
And they were just influenced. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre how life works. I'm not better than you or me. It's just bizarre. The dictators. The dictators that we follow.
Charlie, I'm going to conclude this with one thing.
Mhm.
If this gentleman sitting across from me right now that I've befriended for the last 15 years or so, whatever, if this gentleman sitting across from me did not do what he did, he would not be here today. Because it is not only just an offense that we're doing, that when you're in a situation, a war situation, it's offensive. Yes, and we are the offenders, or we do. They are the offenders, the enemy. They want to kill as well. It is, I will quote it, it's been quoted 1,000,000 times, to kill or be killed
That's
is
it.
the bottom line.
Survival.
I know, I get that. The young men and women-
Hold on, 58,000 of our American friends did not make it here to this room today. I've got one who's sitting here who did.
And that is.
No, and I respect that. I
That's
respect
the
that.
bottom
No,
line.
'cause No, I totally respect that. I've already told you guys, Trump is too liberal for me. But the individuals that he killed, hold on. The individuals that he had to kill, they were just influenced by their government. They were pawns. They were sheep. They basically said, follow my orders. We want to kill the USA. We're all human beings. It's just sad. I do respect very much. First of all, I respect what he did for our country. But the other people that died, they were basically pawns. They were pawns.
If I may interject just a second, okay? Put it this way. there's always in situations like this what is called, I don't call it that, but it's called collateral damage.
Mhm.
Someone has nothing to do with any of it. Let's say 9/11, right? Whatever the politics was of the people flying the airplane was their politics. And that impacted everyone that got hit, including people on the ground, the pollution and everything else. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care if you're black, white, red, green, polka dot, yellow, green, it doesn't.
Glued up this
See?
country for the last
When it
25
blew up,
years.
it does. So the one individual that I may have been angry with, that I finally got to light them up, but everyone else in the room got bothered by it. How do we recognize and how do we reckon with that? We don't. It's an illogical way of doing it, kind of like Spock on Star Trek, right? It's illogical. War,
Hey, let me ask you
stupidity,
one last
it's
question,
just
one last
illogical.
question, then I gotta go.
You're trying to make sense out of nonsense, is what you're doing.
No, I'm not. No. Let me ask you one last question. Do you think human beings will ever change, or is it just going to be a complete?
Yeah, they change. Yeah,
disaster?
yeah, they change every day.
Okay.
They change
I don't
every
think
day,
so.
but the point is that will they change the way you want them to change? The point is that's where you.
I don't want them to change. I'm not going to.
Here's what I'm saying, sir. As a drill instructor, I can take somebody's little pimple-faced little
18-year-old
rascal, and I can turn them into a hardcore-looking, sharp Marine, right? But they got to submit themselves to the crucible. They got to go to boot camp.
You have to be willing to
They
change.
can't sit in their living room and become a Marine. They got to go to boot camp. So if you don't
Hey,
make that move,
can I ask just one last question? Then I'm going to go.
okay.
Hey, do you guys know what the definition of a farce? Do you know what farce means?
A what?
Farce.
Farce.
A farce?
Yeah.
A farce is a facade, a play, something that you've changed around, switched around to be something else. I say a farce is magic.
Okay, so you know
That's
what?
the best
Excellent.
example I can say. It's
Okay,
sleight
here's
of
my
hand.
Here's what
I
I think.
answered your question.
I think that all religions are a farce.
Well, that's your opinion.
I can't argue with that. If that's what you feel, then you feel it. And I tell you what, I fought for your right to feel that way.
There you go.
Like
And
all
I'll
that
do- and
jazz.
I'll do it again.
That's it. That's my last call. You guys have one of the best shows online. I don't know why you guys only have 9 people watching you. You should have like 50,000 people. I call them the shows where there are tens of thousands of people, and these people hate me. I don't get. This is a great show. With that, you guys have a great day. Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the
Yeah.
people, all the different religions, whatever you guys are. Thank you for protecting the United States of America, and have a great day.
And
Thank
thank
you,
you for
Charlie.
your compliment. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Yeah, sure. That was nice.
Charlie's a nice guy. I'm not going to call him sheltered because he's not living a sheltered life, never has, that I know of. But he is not in the experienced world that some of us know. And people, you ain't never walked into that dark alley in the middle of the night.
There you go.
Did he say he was in the Army?
No,
Somebody had made a comment. I'm
I
like,
don't think
Charlie
so.
was not in
No,
the service.
He
didn't. say that.
thought he was.
Charlie was
Sergeant Major.
one of those Hollywood types. He wrote scripts and jokes for
I mean, to
shows
me,
and-
to me,
right.
to me, that is even better because he's a learned man. He's a read person.
Mhm.
Okay, you don't have to go jumping in the water to know about whether you can drown or not. I'm not going out in the ocean. This guy goes in the ocean all the time because I'm not
Yeah.
going out there. 'cause I
Right.
can't swim
Sure.
that good. See?
Charlie, when the last police department that I worked for,
Uh-huh.
I went in there because they had some of the rules have changed and all that sort of good stuff. And they said, you do know that you have to qualify with pepper spray to be able to carry pepper spray. And I said, I've sprayed about probably 40 gallons of mace,
Mhm.
which is a precursor to pepper spray. I lit up downtown Jacksonville with mace, as we all do. We had quart-sized cans in the cars. You understand that?
Marine Corps, you know.
You understand.
Oh, gee.
But anyway,
CS chambers.
Gas chambers.
well, I went through that. But the chief said, they got this new requirement. Before you can do that, you have to do it. And I said, why? The question is why? And his response was so that you will know how it feels. I said, you're issuing me, in this case, a 45 caliber Glock handgun. I've got a 12 gauge shotgun in the trunk of the car. I'm going to carry this stuff. I don't have to get shot with either one of them to know that it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
Why would I go around spraying mace just to see it? No, I don't need
I don't
to
have to shoot
do that.
myself to know how to use a gun.
I don't need to know what kind of impact it's going to have on me. There's a thing called logic up here.
Well, some people just don't have that connection.
I chose not to carry a pepper spray.
There you go.
It was not a big deal. And I explained it to one guy that every other cop down there used to have to fight in my first engagement with him. I said, Morocco, that was his nickname. I said, Morocco, I said, I've never met you before, but right now I'm going to meet you, but I want you to take he was sitting in my car. So I want you to take a really close look at my belt. You don't see a whole lot of stuff on my belt. You see a pistol. It's 45 caliber. You see on the left side, you see what they call a collapsible baton, something that'll hurt you really bad if I hit you with it. Mm-hmm. You will see 2 spare magazines and 2 pairs of handcuffs. Got it? Mm-hmm. If I cannot talk you down and I cannot beat you down, to protect myself, I will shoot you till you can't perform anymore.
There you
He looked at me and he said, nobody's ever explained it to me like that. I said, I don't carry pepper. You like to get sprayed with pepper. I don't carry pepper. I bypassed that step. We good? He says, you will never have any problem with me.
There you go.
Hey, that's
And we were no problem.
choices.
Yeah.
I mean, when you can reason with someone if you're reasonable, that's
Only if they're reasonable.
some people have to be reasoned with a
we
little
have to
bit
be a
harder.
little bit
You know,
different.
you have to
Yes, indeed.
A little rough tap every now and then doesn't hurt too long.
But that's, and that's the whole thing about for many a veteran, well, I'm not going to speak for me anyway, for my own self. I'll speak for my own self.
You got
You
to-
guys know, as you know, when I put myself in the hospital for post-traumatic stress, like a lot of us
Buhai.
do. Huh? What's
We
that?
we got a really cool
Yeah.
guy on the phone here. His name is Boo Boo High.
Go ahead.
Oh, my
Good
Boo High.
morning.
Good morning.
Ohio.
Good morning, everybody. So first off,
Good morning.
as a Marine Corps brat and Army veteran, Sergeant Major, thank you for your service.
Thank you for recognizing. I appreciate it. Truly. I'm a Vietnam veteran, so you know how we got welcomed home, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Yes, sir. That is correct. And above all, those who serve in combat and those who serve in our military's history, we have to thank you for the sacrifice that you gave
Yes,
and that you continue to give. And for those who are not here to hear this or the other thank yous for our freedom, those who gave the ultimate sacrifice,
Well, do me a favor.
we thank them.
Do me a favor since you said that. Log on to www.mojo, MOJJJO, vets, VETS.org, and put in a luminary and recognize whoever your veteran is. We're going to be doing a ceremony of the ashes at Washington, D.C. At the,
Couple of weeks from now.
no, a couple
That's
weeks from now.
that's MOJJJO. Got 3 J's and an O.
Vets.org.
Vets.
Well, I haven't lost anybody in combat, Major, but that
Doesn't
was
matter.
great
It doesn't
for
matter.
those
Just somebody who's served that has passed on. If it's your dad, whoever, second generation,
Or just for
a
general,
friend, a buddy who's passed on, whatever. Just
Yeah.
go on there and do that.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you this, normally, we do a lot of stuff with the military gear for like units and stuff, and training classes, and we just picked up Wounded Warrior East, so we, making gear for them so they can sell and make money. But normally I come in here and I'll make a joke or I'll say something related to a t-shirt, but today I just want it to be solemn,
Solemn day.
in today's, and what it's meant to be, in memory of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. I appreciate you being here pushing that and making people aware of it, and those who don't understand it. And I will leave it with saying www.mojjo.
No, 3 J's. 3 J's.
MOJJO.VETS.org.
Like 3 jacks and a deck of cards. You got one left over. It's 3 J's.
I
MOJJJ.
posted it on his on the page.
All right, y'all. Well, I will let you go.
Thank you.
Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day.
All right, and then come out to our event if you can down here at the Memorial Gardens on the evening before. That will be on
June
That's going to be on the
13th,
the 12th.
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 The
Okay.
13th, we lay the wreath at Arlington. On the 12th, we do it here.
Okay. I have to remember that.
And he walks all the way to Washington all night long by himself.
Is it?
Oh, Lord. All
He
right.
could probably
See, he was a Marine. He learned how to march.
We'll be there. We'll be there. Bells on our toes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I like the Coast Guard. We didn't have to get out there and walk. We just rode a boat.
floated.
You're still
You
riding a
floated through those years of service.
Yeah, well, that's the way it's supposed to be. You know?
It's kind of one of those ironic things. This book I brought here with me, this is written by my commanding officer in Vietnam, Captain Jackson. And I just happened to read through it. And as I looked through the book, I found the order that I wrote personally, myself and my weapons platoon. We wrote an order that he received a Silver Star for.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Excellent.
Yeah, now I got to see why my troops didn't get something. I am not kidding. If
There's a
Captain
whole,
got a Silver Star for our work.
whole lot of stuff going on.
Well, I ain't done with that. 'Cause I got a couple of those Marines are still alive and stuff, so I'm going to see to it that they should get at least a Bronze Star. If he got a silver, they should get at least a bronze or a Navy commendation with a V. I'm not worried about me, but I'm worried about them because they
You
didn't
got
get-
yours.
Huh?
You got enough.
I ain't got enough.
You don't have any room for
Oh,
anymore.
I got Purple Hearts.
You don't have any room for anymore.
I'll take a Silver Star,
I'm
Bronze
sure you
Star. I'll
would.
take one of them hero things.
You deserve one.
No, my biggest thing is really, like I said, is Major Capers getting that Medal of Honor.
Mhm.
Yes, June
And-
18th,
and-
he goes to Washington,
Yeah.
D.C. to be presented by the president.
Be the president. So
That's the thing about you sergeant majors. I've worked under 3 in my lifetime.
you says no?
I've worked under 3 retired sergeant majors in my lifetime.
Yes.
Y'all hell on wheels.
I worked under one.
Let me put the butt in it. Nobody messed with us.
Yeah.
And we came first.
Mhm.
And that's what I used to love about the ones that I worked with.
The ones you work with.
They would pound you in the ground. I mean, we were out in the civilian world,
Mhm.
but
didn't
nobody,
matter.
and I mean nobody,
Mhm.
better chastise us about the work we were doing.
And
But
the,
him.
and the only
And
one
that was what I loved about it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
and the only one that I, as a sergeant major, would really take a chastising from would be a master gunnery sergeant.
Yeah, I got you.
Because a master gunnery sergeant is an expert in that field.
Right.
Oh,
But yeah, this was
So,
during the civilian
yeah.
world. Oh
Yeah.
boy,
No, I mean, all we are is
Oh, we
we're
were-
just veterans.
we were
so-
cared for.
Oh, we bring it with us. You know, if I'm working in civilian, I'm gonna
Oh,
bring
yeah,
it with me. I'm not
there
gonna
you go.
leave it in my footlocker. You know, I'm gonna bring this. I'm gonna bring this military.
But
with me.
you I always like that about the sergeant majors I worked with. That nobody messed with us.
Mhm.
They would. Now they would call you. They would call me out of bed in the middle of the day. Get down here now.
get it done.
sir,
They
yes,
would
sir.
chew me up one side and down the other for something. But if a supervisor in that place ever talked to me in a bad way, I don't know how he found out because I wouldn't. They were up against the wall.
That's it.
And you don't talk to my men, and that's why he called us. You don't talk to my men like that. You just call me. I can take it. They're not going to. And I worked under 3 in my life and loved every minute of it.
That's
I did, and that's why that was the thing about it.
I think
My dad was the only one that would go up against the sergeant major. He was an FMF corpsman, so he didn't care.
right.
He patched up too many.
That's like
That's a different story.
Yeah.
it's like my mentioning foreman. See, my one feedback from foreman is John Michael Moore.
Mhm.
John Michael was foreman. And,
Yep.
And so Doc Moore, you know, he's with the sheriff's office and stuff like that. My go-to guy. I know I can depend on him.
Well,
Yeah, he
I-
worked with us on the Corman Memorial Foundation.
Exactly.
I think
Yeah,
you know,
that's my baby.
And
you,
so,
you need to call him Donald Duck sometime.
how you call what you want to call?
Why
him.
you
You
can
call
call
him
him
Donald
Donald
Duck.
Have you not heard his voices?
Yeah, I've heard
Yeah,
him do that.
I know it.
Yeah, that's the one. That
Oh
sounds
my
just like
gosh.
it, doesn't it?
You do it well too.
Hey, what can I say? You know, we grew up that way.
Walk like a duck, quack.
Walk like a duck.
I don't do voices.
start.
I hear voices.
I hear voices in my head. I don't do it right.
No, I like being with her because we sing.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's this. We chirp.
We-
Okay, now,
We did a phenomenal,
what-
unforgettable at
What
a
did you do?
show.
What did you do?
We sang at a show together many years ago,
Uh-huh.
and we did the Nat King Cole, Natalie Cole version of Unforgettable.
Oh, that was
Really
so
now,
good.
huh?
Yes,
On
we really
the count-
did.
on the count of three. Gentlemen, lady, up to the microphones.
Oh yeah.
I always do this. Chris knows I will do
Oh,
it. Sergeant
yeah.
Major's done it too. On the count of three, unforgettable. 1, 2, and a 3.
Unforgettable.
That's what you are.
Unforgettable.
Beautiful.
That's why, darling, it's incredible.
That someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. And there you have it, folks.
That was unforgettable.
You know that I will do it, don't you?
I do.
That was unforgettable. Excellent.
Now, his favorite
Uh-oh.
patriotic song, let me
Okay.
take that, is America the Beautiful.
Absolutely.
That is his favorite
That was a
song.
freaking movie.
Yeah. For spacious skies, for amber waves of rain, for purple mountains, majesty, over the fruited plain. Dogs are going to start barking in a minute. America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. And that concludes the musical portion of our show today, ladies and gentlemen.
You notice I had to turn my back to Ray because he gets teary-eyed, which makes me teary-eyed.
Well, yeah. And I
And I
just kind
can't
of,
look at him.
yeah.
Put some more bubbles in the bubble machine.
That's it. Throw them bubbles in there. It'd be all good. It'd be all good.
He's
Yeah.
like, we both are like the same when it comes to veterans. We'll get teary-eyed in a moment.
Oh, in a New York minute, honey. In a New York minute.
Especially if you start talking about my dad. Woo.
Many a time I cried while singing at ceremonies.
Oh, we got a big bravo and applause from other
Well,
people.
that's
Great job, guys.
It's just-
Great job.
it's just inside the system.
Yeah, it's us. That's
And
what we do.
certainly we don't rehearse it in here. We don't. I don't even know what I'm going to do. You all don't know what I'm going to do. You certainly don't know what I'm going to ask you to do.
I never know what's up in the morning. As soon as we
Oh,
go live at 7, I'm like,
Hold on, here we go. It's another rocket
I
ride.
can write all the stuff for just in case nothing comes up, or I can fill forever with the junk that I do to just in
Improv.
case. But the rest of the stuff depends upon the
Right.
guests, the callers, and y'all make it.
Yeah.
and
Y'all
there's
make
some
this
days we
show.
get way off track.
just a little bit. Just a little bit.
And then there's
Yes.
Charlie, who's going to help us get way off track.
Well, yeah, he
That's
does
not
that on a
problem.
regular basis.
Right.
And then you missed it earlier, but I had a retired Secret Service agent here, presidential. He did presidential guard. He called in. We talked.
Okay.
So we talked about all the messes going on involving this administration and the world in general.
Yeah. And this,
Would you all explain something to me? Not him, because he doesn't understand.
Me, just a jackass kid. I mean, I just raised donkeys.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. How about these two-legged jackasses we call teenagers these days who are
Can't
running on the
raise
beach, who are running the beaches, who are mobbing people at the beaches, who are just imposing their ill will against people shopping in the malls.
Yeah.
And they're uncontrollable. Talk about uncontrollable.
It's called LOAW.
Look at the street takeovers.
Look at all, what
New
is
York
going
taking
on
over
with
the
this?
street.
Their mamas didn't beat them bad enough when they were
That's
growing
what I
up.
said.
Okay, I'm sorry. The mamas didn't
I
beat
know
them bad
what you're
enough.
going to say. You're going to say you had 18 years of age that should be in the Marine Corps, right? No?
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to simply say this. as a guy who's a school-trained behavioral scientist, master's degree in social work and all that foolishness, it's just people. It's just, again, a fad. You like to drive fast cars. I ain't driving no car fast. You like to go out boating. I'm not going in the water because it's just people doing what people do. But we, in our own head, get fixed on this is the way I want things to be. And this is where nobody made me God, so it ain't gonna come out the way I want it to be all the time.
Well, I don't want these people going in when it's going to be interrupting while I'm shopping, or if I got my grandbaby with me, and that's posing a danger.
Yeah, it does.
I know.
God gave us free will.
I know. But see, what we're talking about an optimal world. We're talking about a world where people really consider other people.
Well, you have to be
But
considerate. Yes.
I know you. It would be nice if you were.
But again, mamas didn't raise them, or daddies didn't
We
raise them.
raise
Right?
all of our kids.
Okay, if they were raised, now I was raised, you had respect for your elders.
Yeah.
You said please and thank you.
Yeah.
You
Still
opened the
there.
door.
Yeah.
You know, those are common courtesies.
Yeah.
These
Right.
children today can't spell courteously, much less practice it.
Well, I mean, I know, but that's too broad a statement to say.
But
these
it's
children,
true.
Well, some of these children.
And you got some that were raised in a very
Yeah.
strict family home. When they got out on their own, they went
They
wild.
went crazy.
Of course.
But it's just like I had
And one of the
I had a
craziest
guy.
places they go
Yeah.
is join the Marine Corps.
That's one of the things they do
And the Navy and the Air Force and Coast
after
Guard.
it used to be 16 weeks in the Corps and at boot camp, and then they come to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
But I had
crazy.
I had
They didn't fired up, right?
Yeah, I had one guy look at me. He was 44 years old, and he was talking about it. And I said, "Let me ask you something. You raised up American Christian, yeah? When you growing up, think about that. You went to church every Sunday, went to Sunday school, and this like that. Did you have a care in the world? No. Well, maybe you ought to think about that. How it was back then and where you are now. Why don't you kind of backstep and go back toward that and see what happens?" So, in 6 years later,
Mm-hmm.
he's a born again Christian.
There you go.
And I told him, I said, now the situation did not change, but you changed the way you thought about the situation.
Changed.
And he's a better
Jamie
guy.
Allen, look it up.
And he thought about it. I said, I was raised the same way. I did the same thing. And my parents weren't that strict on me. They wanted me to see.
CHANEY.
And thank God for that, because
I'm black and
I
I'm
didn't do
sober.
drugs. I didn't do all that. Now, I
Right.
didn't hold moonshine, but I didn't do drugs. Because my daddy said, son, you ain't got, if I ever think you're going to do a drug, don't worry. You run to the sheriff's department and get locked up.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to kill you.
I think
Yeah.
so.
And he meant it.
A corpsman for a father and a nurse for a mother. You
Yes,
think I
I'm
ever came
waiting.
in contact with drugs? No.
Oh, it took me
No.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you were raised in a good way, you may go out. But if you'll ever stop and think about how you were raised, I had it better then.
Yeah. Did you?
A lot of times they'll go back.
Would you? What you are fixing to do? Would you want somebody to do that to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And that's
just-
where that consideration comes
Exactly.
in. That common courtesy. If you don't want somebody to come up and slap you in the face, why would you go up and slap the face
So
of somebody you
therefore-
don't know?
Because my motto was with some of the people, do unto them before they get a chance to do unto you. So we had to do that from
And
time to time.
so the
Another life, another world, another situation.
In certain situations, but when your free will takes away my
That's when you
my
violate my
livelihood,
rights.
my life,
uh-huh.
when it violates my
Right.
God-given
my
rights,
free will.
okay, then you've crossed over that line.
I've said it time and again and again and again. You can do anything that you want to do until it interferes with someone else's right.
Once you're hurting somebody else, then you're in the wrong.
If you want to walk down that mall and do whatever, or walk on the beach and do whatever, but if I'm there and you interfere with my rights at that point in time,
Mhm.
then there's a problem.
Well, I used to tell mine when I raised step kids, I said, you do whatever you want as long as it's safe and legal. And that's what I used to do. I said, if it ain't legal, don't do it.
Yeah.
Well, and the other side of that was don't come back with nothing reflecting bad on this
No.
family name.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we
Well,
changed your name to Heartbeat.
I got some of that little behind for you. I'm tighten that thing up for you, Kate.
Well, I
So
invented that.
that's the way some folks grew up. Some folks.
Like a whipping.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Look, I've had mine blistered once or twice.
Yeah.
when I was growing up, just
Growing up?
because.
Just because.
Just yeah, and grandma.
And it still impacts on your mind.
Grandma made you go out to that bamboo out there
Go get your own
and pull
switch.
your switch off
Get your
there.
own switch.
And if you didn't get the right one, you got beat twice as hard with that thing.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you gotta go get your own.
Granddaddy had
Bamboo-
woodshed out there.
Hold on, a bamboo switch?
Mhm.
Ugh.
Yes.
That's
And
called caning, I think.
yeah, not the big stick, but the switch. I'm gonna tell you what.
But that's just a caning in miniature
In the
caning.
military. Military.
It'll raise a welt on your legs and bottom that you ain't soon to forget.
Mhm.
Go out of that reed bed and come back.
Mhm.
Lord.
I've got
So-
2 of them out here, but I don't have to use them anymore.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
They're about that long, they're about that big around.
Yes.
just example, just to keep around for, the
Remember,
old rocks. So for
Yeah.
the military, it's the old rocks and shoals.
yeah,
Okay.
memories.
And it was,
Memory, there's a good song for you.
Just in case. Yeah.
I was one of those for myself when I joined the Marine Corps. It was 1959. When I joined the Marine Corps in 59, it was transitioning out of the rocks and shoals into the manual for courts martial. Okay, the rocks and shoals was brutal. Okay,
That was
a red
punishment.
line. As a matter of fact, I worked the red line brigs. I worked that myself at Camp Pendleton.
Really?
Oh yeah. Okay, so they had
I
that. Then
haven't
they had
had- I haven't even heard
Leavenworth.
that name in a long
Oh
time.
man, I'm telling you, it was like I had to go through. We all had to go. All the chasers, we had to go through psychiatric retraining. Dr. Lynch, we went through, and the psychological retraining was prisoners are confined as punishment, not for punishment. Because we had the whirly gigs, put them on, and just spin them around, make them puke. We had the rock pile,
Especially
you
if
move
they're
rocks
drunk.
from here to over here, here to there, here to there. Total redundancy, nothing to it, just moving rocks back and forth all day long, craziness and stuff. That's the way confinement facilities work.
Did you ever,
Mhm.
trying to think, don't think it's illegal. It's probably okay. Did you ever have a boot that aggravated you to the point you got a shovel out and told them to dig a hole?
So dig a hole?
Yeah, just dig a hole.
Oh, I've had to dig holes. I didn't do it because they got to me. I told them to dig a hole. That's your grave. Okay, dig it. Okay, now you know what a grave looks like. If you don't want to go in it, this is what we're going to do to
Did
stay
you
out
take
of
a
it.
cigarette
So
and
I did it as an analogy.
did you, after they got that hole dug, did you take the cigarette and throw it in there and tell them to cover it up?
Nah, I didn't play that. That's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
No, really. I mean,
And then you
to me-
ask them
to me,
after they get it manicured, then you ask them what kind of cigarette was it, and they don't answer. Dig it up again.
There you go. Yeah.
I know what you mean by that.
That's mind
As a-
control.
I know. I was just
Total
saying.
mind control.
Yes, it
I
is.
know it. And
Just to let you know who is in charge.
exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
you got me?
Exactly.
So I don't have to hurt you.
Don't have to hurt you. Just again.
It's that simple.
But again,
Get your
see-
attention.
But the civilian world went out and saw Stalag 17. They saw movies. They saw, the boys from Company C. They saw this, so they see the movies. We lived it. You lived it as a Coastie. I lived it as a Marine.
Coast Guard was easy. I mean, it was primarily a rescue at that time.
It ain't easy to me. It's easy for you, but it ain't easy for me.
You don't like the water.
You don't like the water. He ain't getting out of that boat.
Say, here's the good thing about it. Though.
I'd have been a tick on your butt. I'm telling you.
If the Coast Guard boat goes down, we just walk ashore. It's
I
shallow.
It's not my thing.
And we get another boat and go out and rescue the Marines that are floundering in the water because their ship
That's
sank.
exactly because the Marines, most of them can't swim that good anyway.
Would you believe that somebody enlisted in the Coast Guard? Several, one in particular, was at Cape May at the same time I was there.
Mhm.
Put him in the pool. The sucker couldn't even swim. He enlisted in the freaking Marine Corps. I mean, the Marine and the Coast Guard. And couldn't swim.
And couldn't
Coast
swim.
Guard has got nothing but water. You couldn't swim either.
That's what I said. No,
How did you get by?
I
Oh,
didn't
1959.
I didn't qualify in boot camp. That's the only reason. That's the only reason I didn't make meritorious PFC out of boot camp. I
you
didn't
couldn't swim.
qualify. I didn't qualify swimming, so I couldn't get married. I couldn't get promoted.
There have been people.
I was a guide. I was all that stuff, but I just couldn't swim. So you don't make that qualification.
You know
I
what?
didn't get it.
I
I qualified
I can
later.
take you to
I
a
learned
pool
later.
and teach you how to
Huh?
It's keep from drowning.
You can do
I
what?
can take you to the pool and push you at the pool and show you how to keep from drowning.
Bull crap. How hard can you
He's
fight?
already told you he does not do water.
You're gonna have a fight on your hands trying to get this man in the pool. Come on.
Who you think you're talking to? You ain't giving me that water. I'll go in with my life preserver on. I go to the pool here, right? I put on a jacket. I get in, I lay in, I just float around. I'm just swimming this fool in there, but I'm not getting in that deep water without that preserver on. If you want to drag me down there, let's see how good you fight.
Does martial arts
I know
work well in the water?
No.
Have you ever trained in the water?
Yeah, I've done it all.
Underwater.
I've done it all.
Underwater.
I've done it all, but all I call it, listen to what I say, I call it delaying the process of drowning. I just delayed it.
Oh my gosh.
I said, I got through it. I just delayed the process. I'm serious, man. I'm not kidding you.
He gets right back to survival.
I'm not doing it.
the Navy, he couldn't swim.
No.
My daddy couldn't swim.
In the Navy, my dad said there were several people in there. Of course, he grew up on the water, on the coastal waterway area. He could swim.
Yeah.
And he was, but in World War II, we got a Navy. He said there were several people that could not swim.
No.
We got a Navy. You know how they got through?
Mm.
They put a pole out there and they dragged them from one end of the pool to the other, and they were qualified.
That's what they did to me. 1960, trust this, 59 I went in the Marine Corps.
So it's the same thing as it was 20 years earlier.
They got that big pole.
Yeah.
You're in there, they stick it out there, you
Hold
grab
on.
a hold of it, you pull up, and then they take it away. You try to swim some more. I went down to the bottom, stick the pole out, pull me up, and stuff like that. Yeah, it's the same
Well,
thing.
this one they said they would drag them down the whole length of the pool.
Well,
They get out, they get
didn't
qualified.
they didn't drag me. They kept me in the deep end. So then
Good God.
I finally got myself out, and they let me out of the pool. So I was unqualified coming out of boot camp. So, everything else, I was
So
number,
you-
I was
they didn't-
number one
they didn't-
physical fitness guy and everything else.
They
but I
didn't
could
fill
not
out the
swim.
documents for you?
Huh?
They didn't document you, say that you were qualified? You didn't get a document that said you were
I got a
good?
document said I was.
That's,
I got a document in my record book said
But not for swimming.
This is Drew calling.
unqualified.
This
What's
team
that?
Drew.
But not for, you couldn't swim, so you didn't get any paperwork says,
Yeah,
so you were undocumented.
I did not make meritorious PFC out of boot camp because of that.
We've got a gentleman on the line here from way down in Miami Shores.
Florida.
Hey, Drew, how are you?
Floridia.
Not bad. Great
Hi.
to
How you doing?
nice. Thank you for their service for me.
He's listening.
And tell the sergeant major my father was a master gunny.
All right.
And he couldn't swim a stroke.
I hear
Oh,
you. He and I are buddies.
Put him in the water, he went straight to the bottom.
That's what I'm talking about. I have negative buoyancy. I don't float.
well, you had no fat on you. That's your problem.
I don't float.
Yes.
My brother's negative movie, and so was I growing up.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I was too.
How's it
That all
going?
changed, didn't it, Drew?
There's people
So I can swim.
How's it going with you?
You what?
He wants to know how it's going with you.
Driving
Well, to a river.
What's up?
Snakes.
What's happening on your end?
You what?
He was asking you what's going on with you. Everything good?
Yep, everything's going good down here.
All right.
Weather's good today. We're all getting along pretty. But wait, just looking forward to my next trip back up there, though.
Yeah, no, we got to go out to eat.
All right.
Yep.
Hopefully you can come up and do the
Okay.
patriotic tribute with us and go on up to DC and lay the flag and deal with us when we go to the Tomb of the Unknowns and walk through the shrines and stuff.
Be nice.
I would hope we could get somebody to do it. We've had excursions go up. We had whole busloads of people go up in the past, but the patriotism seems to have waned off a little bit.
Have you seen the Blaze of Gas?
No,
Yeah.
they ain't got no problem going to
It's just
the. Anybody got no problem going to the club to get drunk. So I don't hear the crowd.
I don't drive anywhere that I don't have to anymore. $4.17 a gallon the other day.
I gotta fill up again.
Oh, well.
Okay, Raver, you tell everybody again. Thanks for the service, and have everybody have a good Memorial Day.
Hey,
Take
thank
care.
you. You too. Be safe, okay?
You too.
Yes,
Bye-bye.
sir. All right. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Drew.
Yeah.
Drew's a Jacksonvillian. He
He's
went
a
to
Cardinal.
Jacksonville High School and graduated the same year my wife did.
You okay?
Yeah, 2007.
2007?
Yeah, from.
And he
high
usually
school.
comes up
From high
every
school.
year.
What? I slept this idea talking
I
about
will say,
2007.
what kind of stuff are you smoking over there?
Wearing that
cute.
sausage
Oh, you got my attention real fast. I don't know who else heard that 2007 in high school.
I'm like, say, what?
And I'll tell you what, Pam, putting that sausage this morning at 3 o'clock.
Oh,
I'm
man.
telling you.
I hope everyone has a wonderful Memorial Day.
Safe.
And please give honor to those who served and lost their lives to give us
Yes.
the freedom that we have today.
That's what this is all
They
about.
serve
Honor
the
witness.
Supreme Commander.
That's right. And if you get a chance to go to some of the services, right now, 11 o'clock at the Veterans Cemetery, and then at 2 p.m., the DAV on Roosevelt Road.
Today? Where's that?
Today.
Today, yes.
And then tomorrow it's at the DMV on Country Club Road.
Stop
Get your
it.
driver's
That's Kathy and them. That's the Marks taking care of that, right?
No, this has nothing to do with them. This
Okay.
is Veterans Organization is doing the one at the cemetery today, I believe.
Purple Heart.
Purple Heart. Oh,
Purple Heart
Purple Heart
Community.
264.
Yeah, Purple Heart Association.
And then the DAV. Who is doing that one?
Disabled
Chris?
Veterans Administration. They have, I believe they said they were going to serve lunch at 12, but have a ceremony at
Is
2.
the Veterans Administration doing it?
No.
Oh.
Disabled America.
Oh,
That
yeah.
DAV.
Okay, that's what I thought you meant.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's
I'll get that
today.
information from you. I want to make sure I drop by.
Right.
Yeah, drop by there on Roosevelt Road because when I leave here, I head over. I'm gonna head over to the cemetery. I don't miss it, even though I'm not singing in it. I
Right.
still
I'll see you there. I have to go home and
pay,
change
yeah,
first.
I pay my respects. I have a
Mhm.
lot of friends who are there
I'll
that
tell
I go
you.
to visit.
Yeah, I'll go
I'll
see my
tell you.
daddy.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know your daddy's there. I have a lot of friends that are
Yeah.
there. So I stop by and say, hey, my dad and my
Nice.
brother were both buried at sea.
Yeah, I've got an
So-
uncle, and then of course my dad, my
Oh, yeah.
stepmother,
Yeah.
and a lot of friends.
A lot of
A
friends.
lot of
yeah,
friends.
A lot of friends.
It's kind of heartbreaking when you start walking around. You go, oh, "When did he get here?" You know, and like, surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to remember.
Yes.
You know, it's good to
I think
remember
I'll just-
lest
I
we
think-
forget.
I think I just may go burial at sea. I don't know.
Well, that's what my dad and my brother both were buried at sea.
They buried at sea?
Yeah.
I don't
Full
know if I
military
want- I don't
honors.
know if I want my body buried on the ground.
See, you don't like water, so why would your ashes?
Just
why would you
accept
want to
them,
be
just
buried
to-
at sea?
Because
Just to
I've been dead
aggravate.
and I can't breathe. I
There
don't
you go.
care.
It don't matter.
He just
Let
wants
the fish
gonna-
eat me up.
He's going to be in an airtight container anyway.
That's right.
he wants to aggravate
They could throw me
Davy
in there.
Jones.
They
There
could-
you go.
He just wants to aggravate the crap out of
Hey,
Davy
all
Jones.
right.
There you go.
I know you.
Right. I'd be a pirate there.
Oh, Captain
You know,
Jack.
so-
There you go.
Jack.
That's it.
Watch out, name on my boat is Pirate Attack.
You know I'd be a pirate there.
Oh.
East Carolina, we do that there.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
Okie dokie, folks, thank you. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much. It was a
Most
wonderful
welcome.
day to have you
All
all.
the songs.
Sit between two lovely ladies and just,
A thorn between two roses.
Yeah.
I could have used another word.
Well, I didn't see us
And I
slapping.
know you were thinking. I know you were thinking.
Slap, slap.
Oh, we got 3 ladies. What you talking
There you go.
about? We got 3 ladies.
Don't forget the baby.
That's right. We got a little baby.
What's the baby's name?
Huh? This one is Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Chris.
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
WEDS. Wednesday. Instead of Wednesday, like Wednesday. My other dog, I have another one, is Tuesday. TWOSDAE. Tuesday.
You just never learned to spell, did you? I knew what it is.
Play on words.
You write
sounds.
down anything you want and say, I did that on purpose.
Alrighty
That's
then.
easy to do.
Yeah, so the other one is
Or
Tuesday,
the water on
and this
purpose.
is Wednesday.
Alrighty then.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Always great to see you. Appreciate it. And my favorite DMV lady,
And this,
favorite
this is my
dancer.
senior partner here.
She
man.
gives hugs while she's getting paid too. I got me one.
Yeah, he came to see me the other day. I gave him a big old hug.
That's all right.
Yeah.
She had that hook of red lipstick. Just I got a little smooch on the side of the cheek, and just I looked down to make sure she had the boots or not. And then one of the girl that I watched grow up, she can I take your paperwork?
You know what
She
we
said
need,
he's a friend of the family.
you know what we need to do? We need to go to Sneeze Fair and get her some Sneeze Fair sneakers, and that could be her boots, her new
That could
boots.
be my go-go boots.
Have you seen the prices on those things?
That's ridiculous.
That's over $100 for a pair of those.
Rubber galoshes.
I'm looking for Tulu to come out with a pair.
I mean, you go buy a pair of black
Stop.
rubber boots
Stop it
and
all
keep them
this.
white.
Like you ain't got no money. Stop.
I work hard for my money. I work 2 jobs.
I don't care. I mean,
I'm waiting
so
for
we
the
work
Tulu
hard for it.
price.
We ain't trying to give it away, right?
That's right.
That's what I'm talking about. I
I
get you.
just like I said when I got him, I ain't going to the movies for.
Say goodbye, Gracie.
Goodbye, Gracie.
$29 to change
Goodbye,
for 2
Gracie.
drinks. and 2
You're live and local. We'll talk. We're alive
Yeah.
and awake.
Hey, we was having fun.
But we ain't never going to be woke. See ya. Goodbye. Be safe.
Bye-bye.
Just don't want to.